There was a word that he said when he went to, I think it was Ogo or something. He went when he went there, like he was telling those people there that, see, this is Yoruba turn. You understand? What I'm saying there is that he's trying to plant that thing on their mind, like this is Yoruba turn, and he now say this is my turn. So he's trying to put on, like, make a tribal conflict there, so that those people would think, it's Yoruba turn, it's Yoruba turn. These are the strategies that these politicians always use to make sure that they take control of the situation. And for the other part, that now watch people that are coming out to criticize or to say that Obi don't have structures are the same Easterners, Igbos. You understand? Those people that doesn't support the movement. This is what they do. They have seen that the youth are waking up and they are trying to use obese people to tell us that Igbos are not ready. So that they will not kill the passion that we have and to take back our country. For all these things they are doing, they have seen that things are changing and things are getting worse, because now nobody's even campaigning for APC or PDP. I've not seen like anybody, like a youth, campaigning for them. Although I have seen some writing, but I've never seen anyone that really do videos like, I'm supporting this, is going to do this. And what I'm even like, what baffles me, like what makes me surprised, is that some youth that support these people, do you know their manifesto? Do you know, have any of them come on an interview tell you what they would do for this country if they assume power? And it's very sad that we still see, this is 2022. There are still some youths, because of some selfish benefits that will never last you 1 month. You're going to say away your pride. You're going to say away your own future and your born children. It's very sad that at this age, Nigeria don't have lights. We don't even have constant light. We can't even boast of there are industries in Nigeria. It's so sad that a lot of youth graduates don't have jobs. And these same people will come to you as a graduate. You have graduated like 5 years ago. You don't have job. Oh. These people will come to you 10,000, 5,000. You will sell away your birthright. You will sell away your future just because of one peanut. And what I'm saying, what baffles me is that some people will say, it's my tribe person. There was one guy I was arguing with. He said the reason why he wants Tinubu or Atiku to emerge is because Tinubu is Yoruba. They don't want to say because Atiku is Hausa or Fulani or something like that. And I tell him that, okay, listen, if things get worse, are you going to go to the market and say, because I'm a Yoruba man, you buy less than Igbo people or buy less than Hausa people or Fulani people? They are going to say to you the same price. The hardship will not only eat Igbo people or eat Yoruba people or eat Hausa people, it's going to eat everybody. Okay, now Nigeria, there's no light. Okay, I think maybe the people that are saying that they are Fulanis, all of them has lights. They are not suffering because it's their person that is there. We all are feeling the heat. These people are taking note. Look at it's just the Edo State governor that came out to talk. Oh. The rest people don't want to come out to talk. That's why they are coming out to say there's no structure, because they are concerned. If they are not concerned about this movement that is coming up now, they won't say anything. They will just be looking. They are feeling it. They understand that these people are, hey, this man is coming here to wake up this giant, these people that knows their right. They are trying to know their right now, and they are afraid that if these people knows their rights, man, we're going to be in soup. You understand? And Obi, oh God, the man is sent by God. Don't you see? Nigeria of old, if it was other politician, maybe he comes out like this and is getting wave like this, they will look for one corruption and pin him down. The next thing, EFCC will be visiting him. But this man, they can't even find anything. They are looking for day and night. They can't even find anything to know that God Almighty hands is in this matter. They are looking for, they are checking. Even they are trying to let the present governor, be the former governor of the Anambra State, to deny that there's no money, or Obi didn't leave this, Obi didn't leave that. They are trying, but they can't even find something to pin against this man. That's to show that is involved in this matter. You know, when something is getting to the peak, like if revolution and freedom is coming, no matter what anybody would do, nothing will stop it. I'm glad, I'm happy that this is going to happen in my time. But I still urge the youth that this work is just getting started. We have no move, but though we are trying now, but there's still a long way to go. And I'm very happy because there are a lot of celebrities that will come into this movement later on. Most of them are just pinning down for now because they don't want the cockroach out of the bag instantly. So they just want it to remain there, and people feel there's nothing there. There are a lot of celebrities that, let me say, 2 months or 3 months to election, that will come out and support Obi. This thing is going to cause conflict in Nigeria. It's going to cause something that the politicians will be running scatter. It's not even what money will buy. Trust me, there are a lot of celebrities that are just pinning down. Most of them are saying, now get your PVC, because we already know who we vote for. This is what Obaseki saw, and he's trying to say, okay, let's make our party attractive. It's already late, my brother. All of them should just chill, because the thing that is going to come, even, I don't know how to say it, like even me, I'm overwhelmed that this kind of thing is going to happen, like in my generation. Like, I'm very proud, because even most of us that left Nigeria and come to abroad, most of us, we risked our life to come to abroad. We already made up our mind, if we die or we survive, any which way we get here, we're going to leave that country, because we saw no future. Most of us are living in our diaspora, are in depression. Trust me, it's nothing like home. No place like home. If anybody tell you that I'm my brother, I'm doing this, it's a lie. Most of these people are living depression. We don't even like where we are living. Most of us want to come back home, but there's no home to come back to. Even you rather be here managing than to go back to where you never know where your next meal is coming from. I still feel sometimes, if I see some youth that sell your future just because of 5,000, 10,000, my brother, what do you want to do? What do you want to use 10,000, 20,000 for? I see some youth even campaigning for some old men. My brother, the highest thing those people can do to you is to listen to you during this election time. After this election is over, they get into office, you will never even see them again. You can't even hold meeting with them again. You can't even.
All right. I think we lost you right there. I guess you guys can hear me. I'm not sure it's general.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, that's fine. Our brother, we lost your connection right there. Let's move on. I think it was Bobby that was talking to us, right?
Yes, I guess it's Bobby. Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Um,
Bobby. All right. Let's move on now to Mr. Gossin. Mr. Gossin, are you there with us?
Hello, yeah, good evening, everyone. Yes, thank you for giving me opportunity to speak again. Yeah, so I'm really, really delighted about this group of young people that are highly motivated, who have decided to key into this movement. It's just it's so. Do you like your food? It's so endearing and so nice to see this kind of people and the way they are so motivated to be part of this movement. I'm so happy. It's just that as the things continue to progress, these people are going to bring things to divide to divide to divide the voting public. This afternoon, I stumbled on another channel who were doing a show. I think it's one man again, because I like to go there just to see what they are saying. You can see that there's a tribalistic undertone for some of the things he's saying. So when he's talking about, okay, are you saying the Yoruba nation are going to vote for him? Are you saying the Hausa nation are going to vote? You know, all this trying to tribalize the whole thing, and this is what they are going to be using, because when they don't see what to do, they will start tribalizing the whole thing. Just like the other speaker was saying, that Tinubu was saying, it's our turn, and all that. That is it's our turn, so it's my turn. Some people who are not well educated are going to buy into that. So I think there's a lot of work to do. The work to do, I think, in the next few months is to educate people, because many people in Nigeria are suffering, but some of them they don't have this. They don't really fully understand. They know obviously that somebody is in charge, but sometimes they don't understand the link between their vote and the man in power. They just see it as something that they just go and do. And some Nigerians as well, they don't understand. They've sort of given up and they accepted their situation. But for the first time, I'm happy that the youths have keyed into this process, because the problem has been that over the years, even before I left Nigeria about 20 years ago, I never voted. I never voted in my life, and I'm sure the majority of people in Nigeria have never voted. So, but I think for the first time, many people are going to register to vote for the first time. A lot of the youth who does during the election period, you see them on election day, they will see that a public holiday, they will be playing football on the empty road, they'll be enjoying themselves. Now, a lot of them are now saying, okay, let us go and be part of this process. And that is what is really, 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 really so nice about what is happening now. But I think the work going forward, the amount of work that people have to do, people who are really invested in this coming change, the work is to really educate people. I don't know how, maybe closer to when the campaign really starts. I think because for now, nothing is officially kicked off. I think that is where the investment really has to go. Educating those illiterates and those people who don't really understand that this collecting this 5,000, 10,000, you use it to go and drink more, maybe drink beer in the beer parlor or do one or two things. Before you know it, the money is gone. After that, you not see that person again for 4 years. You not see them again, and you continue to suffer. So I think that is where the concentration has to go. Now, secondly, this issue of Wiki and Peter, I'm not really. In fact, I'm happy that I'm seeing that kind of thing, because these people in power, they know what is happening. Even though some people are still burying their head in the sand and saying, "Oh, we know how this thing is going to go. Everybody knows how it's going to go. We know this is going to the West will vote for Tinubu, the North will vote for this person, the East will vote for this person. You don't have enough." Forget about all those things. They know what is happening, because really, as that governor was saying, Obaseki was saying, they know what. Look, for the first time, they can actually see that the youth in Nigeria, and even people that are not even, many people are going to vote for the first time in their lives in Nigeria now. There's some people in their 50s, in their 60s, in their 40s who have never voted. They want to vote now. Why is that? There are many people I speak to in Nigeria who have never voted. Like me, when I was in Nigeria, I never voted. But for the first time, they are going to vote. Why is it? Because there's something going on. There's something going on. So some of the people that are going to vote now have never voted. So when these people are projecting how they're going to win their normal way, there are going to be a lot of new people who are going to vote. Now, that brings me on to the next point about INEC. I think that is something that people really have to watch out for. INEC are trying to frustrate. I know that the woman who spoke the very first time, she spoke well. And I agree that part of the problem is that INEC never are a bit overwhelmed. But I also think that there are also people who are trying to make things difficult for Nigerians. Because I don't believe that all these instances, every office you go to, it is because they're overwhelmed. I don't think so. I think they're also trying. But I was hearing a short time ago that they've increased the registration period by 2 months. I'm hoping that is correct. Somebody sent a message, so I saw it. I'm hoping that it's correct. That 2 months is not enough time for people to really go out and get more people registered. Because the more people are registered, the more people key into this process, then there's a possibility of actually getting a change going forward. So thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I'll give the chance for other people to also make their own contribution. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I would like to move on now to okay, let me see, because random people have talked to us earlier on. Okay, let's move on now to Engineer Ken. Engineer Ken, good evening to you, sir. How are you doing today? Please unmute yourself.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir. Thanks very much
Good
for
afternoon,
joining.
my companions. Good afternoon, Nigeria Watch. And good afternoon, Nigerians. Man, I was enjoying you guys, man. That was nice.
Thank
You
you.
know, those guys that you brought in, Mr. Nigeria Watch, you did a very good job.
Thank
You
you.
know, I'm so impressed. That's nice. But my fear is this: are the youth ready?
Mm.
That was just the thing. Are they ready? It's not by shouting, Peter Obi, Peter Obi, Peter Obi, Peter Obi. The same youth are going to be compromised by these money bank people, these corrupt politicians. You know, they're going to pay all these youths to start fighting themselves. You know, I want to go back to INEC. INEC is the biggest problem that we're going to have in this election come 2023 because APC government is going to flood INEC with fake card readers, with prepaid card readers that when you put in for PDP or Labour, it will twist around to be for APC, you know, because they know what to do and they are all ready. They are all ready to do that and they are going to do it. This is our problems. Except maybe on that day, once the youth cast their vote, they're going to stay by their vote and they're going to be there and protect their vote. So that when they count it over there with their card reader, if you if you're about 10 of you that voted for Labour and the announcing it is one, then you can stand there and fight for it. You know, so Nigeria as a country need cleansing. It need ethnic cleansing. You know, cleansing from our traditional rulers, cleansing from our own parents, and cleansing from the youth. Okay, the youth right now calling for the aspirant help. You know how many help some of us in the diaspora that have contributed to that country? What do we get? Zero. When you come there and establish a business or a company, the same youth will be the one to run it down. You know, this corruption of a thing is a household name. It's a household name. You know, and I'm so glad that Wike opened his door for Peter Obi to come in and see him. I don't know what they have discussed, but I pray that whatever will be their discussion, it should be a positive answer for Nigeria. Because Wike is a dogged man. That was why I was so much in support of him to grab that ticket from PDP. Because we are saying, oh, this old man, this old man, this old man. This old man, the other one of our sisters says they are not educated. A lot of them are more educated than these young ones. Because the school that they went to at that time, there was no bribing. You got to go to your classroom, write your exam, or you pass or you fail. But these days, our youth will be in their house drinking champagne, and at the end of the day, they will get the result. And when you ask them the questions about their result, they cannot defend their result. You know, that's to tell you. You know, I remember last year when we started Stockholm Mega City. You know, when you call us off for an interview, Mommy Diaspora called me that, you know, again, what questions do you want them to ask you? Now write it down. I said, Mom, I'm a civil engineer. I cannot write any question out. I'll be there to take whatever they ask me and I will answer it. If I cannot defend myself as an engineer for over 22 years in the United States, that means I'm bullshitting. That means I don't know what I'm there for. So these have been our problem. That this is all politicians. 90% of them are more educated and more smarter than our youth. Yes, that's the fact. That is just the fact. So when we look into the old men's side, we should also look into our youth side. Our youth are not ready. They are not ready. They are not ready. So our prayers is this. I want these our brothers and sisters that are doing this today. They have a lot of homework to do. Homework to do. They have to start knocking at doors, not for only for Peter Obi, but to tell them that they should deviate from evil to good. That they should not be carried away by these politicians. If they are there before, they change their lives. Look at what two parts in PDP. Look at how many thousands of dollars that they have shared. Brown Christian clear dollars. Benjamin Franklin, $100 bills. American government has not that kind of money. They don't have it. They don't have it. The money that they share in PDP, this thing. And look at all those men that were there, including the pastors. Okay, look at APC, the same thing. Look at our vice president, a professor of law. You tell me now, show me one of our youth that is more educated than the vice president, that understand the rule of laws. But the man is there, and he's also a pastor, and he's romancing with corruption. He himself is an epic of corruption. So my Nigerians, my brothers, please, we should sit down and think about our lives. And let's say to ourselves, are we ready to do the needful to make our continent, Africa, to become a great continent in the world? Are we ready? Are we ready to be brothers keepers? Are we ready to do the needful? Are we ready to tell our parents what you are doing is wrong? Are we ready to do that? So, Mr. Ninja Watch, I think I will rest my case for now. And I hope and pray that anyone that hear my voice today, they should really sit tight and look into their lives. Because we have nowhere to go to. 90% of us that live in abroad, definitely we are comfortable. But we don't have that peace. Because it's not your love. You want to go back home. But where is the home to go to? Where is the home to go to? Minus the politicians, the government. Even your own family members, you'll be so afraid of them. For them not to kill you because of the little piece of land that you have. For them not to poison you because of the few dollars you brought along with you. For them not to kidnap you, set you up to be adopted by kidnappers, and you not pay ransom. They will not have a percentage of it. Just like what happened to our brother from Akoko Edobi from Owan, in Benin, that came from Atlanta. A real estate mogul who set him up. His nephew that set him up. So this is our problem, and that is a youth. This is not the government now. This is a family member. Your own blood nephew. A nephew of yours is like your own son. It's like your own child. You will trust that person with all you got. But what is he giving back to you? The trust, death. At the end, the man is gone. It's gone forever. He's dead. You see, all these things we have to say to ourselves. These are the things that we have to change within us. If we are ready to fight for change. We should look at China. A couple of months ago, the Chinese government sentenced 2 Chinese politicians that took money for bribing for projects. They sentenced them to death.
Yeah.
to death by hanging. There's no half package there. The same thing in Singapore. You know, just like
Sure.
that. I remember in the early 90s when I was in KL, Kuala Lumpur Technical School in Malaysia. There was a Chinese developer that they gave money to make a bridge in Kuala Lumpur. They gave him a deadline. A week after the deadline, this man could not deliver. He has to start paying tax on the whole money that they gave to him. You know, this man had to sit up and deliver that project quickly.
Thank you.
You know, that is where system works. So, my
Exactly.
youth, if we are ready, we should do the needful. Not only by voting, but by repenting from your evil ways, by cleaning yourself for a better Nigeria. Because if Peter Obi comes in tomorrow, he's not the one to clean your home. You have to clean your own house. He's not the one to clean your neighborhood. You have to clean your neighborhood. He's not the one to clean your city. You have to clean your own city. And this is what Nigeria Watch stands for. And this is what we are fighting for. You know, do
Thank
government from your home and also to your state and to your country. Thank you.
thank you.
Have a nice day, guys. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that wonderful contribution from you. Thank you very much. All right, let's move on now. So I'm not too sure. Okay, Israel, you wanted to say something again? Go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I wanted to say something that when we talk, and I'm sure my brother is still there, Engineer Ken. We have been
Yes, sir.
here discussing about this issue of our youth being able to, step up the effort to ensure, a good system is there for themselves. And we have been here for the past almost 3 years now. The way
Yes.
you spoke just now, I think we need kind of optimism, my brother, because these are people who are putting their life to ensure that we have a better system. And they came, we didn't pay for them. They came there by themselves. And they are voluntarily doing this thing to ensure that the sanitization move. I think this time around, we are seeing the movement, we are seeing the positivity, we are seeing the energy, which will encourage them. This is not the time for us to degrade them to, because what happened, what mattered, what made them have this kind of mindset is the system. They pull them into this jeopardy. They are. So we shouldn't be start saying now that they should stay, they are not ready. They are doing their job. So we should encourage them. We need positive energy. This is not the time for us to start criticizing them. I just don't think it is now. For me and you, we've been here fighting so much to make them wake up. Now they're waking up. What do we need? Is to put in our energy, put in our resources. We also in diaspora, we have a job to do. So we shouldn't say it's them, it's you, it's me. It's not them. So we should encourage them to put more, you should be putting the resources down to enable them to fight this change. That is what they want. Thank you.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much. I don't really know what to say about that, but I would rather just move on. Okay. I would like us to move on now to Charles. Brother Charles, I'd like you to talk to us. Brother Charles, are you there? I'm not too sure those that have contributed though.
Niger Watch, I'm here
Hello.
again.
Hello.
Please, who is that? Brother
It's
Charles, I
brother.
can.
It's brother Charles.
Yeah, Brother Charles, go ahead, talk to us. Good
Yeah,
evening.
my brother. Thank you for the opportunity given to me. Because I've been trying to come in. It has not been easy. Thank
Thank
you. I really appreciate what you guys are doing. I'm
thank you.
very grateful to God that at this time there are people who can, use their time to advocate for good governance in Nigeria because our people have suffered. We have suffered a lot, and you see, I always hear people saying the Easterners are not ready. The Easterners are not ready. Look, let us take that out of our mind. The Easterners are very, very ready, much ready. Because if they are not, Governor Dave Omahi will not. Look, they are feeling this heat. Our leaders in the Southeast are feeling the heat. Dave Omahi will not come on the air and say, Eboyan's vote is for APC. The same thing to Ekuremad. They won't be saying it. They all know. And I trust our Easterners. They are tired of these people. And they are looking for a way to flush all of them out because they have sold us for, for, for a long time. They have done more evil to the Easterners than even our other politicians from other parts of the country. So our youth are very, very much ready. They will do everything to support this movement. Forget about what these are propaganda people are using to make sure that they divide other part of Nigerians that are supporting P2B so that it will look as if the youth his people are not supporting him. It is a big lie. Nobody should buy that lie. Nobody should try it. And the way I'm seeing this movement, like one guy always say here, the greatest soldier is an idea. You see, this has come to be. Nobody. It is God's time. It is ordained from God. Obi has been there for a long time. Nobody has seen him. He has been there for many years. He has never come out as it is today. He was a governor over 8 years ago. He would have come all these years like every other politician, but he has remained quiet, remained remain unseen. But now, nobody, he didn't pay anyone. He just the finger of God. The way I see this movement, just the finger of not about Obi, it's just the finger of God. So about Obi meeting Wike, I think there's nothing bad in it. It's a good move. Because if Wike can allow him, despite all he said when he came to Anambra to campaign for his to hold the delegates to himself, at the end of the day, if both of them can see eye to eye, that means something is going on in Nigeria. That means they are all feeling the heat. About tribalism. This guy, this man, this old man, they will do everything to make it look as if it is a Yoruba turn. The Northerners will use the same language. They will come up with religion. This is a way. They have been using this for a long time. They have been succeeding. But I think this time we shouldn't allow them. It's not all about who goes there. It's not all about which tribe is their turn. It's all about me as an Igbo man, a Hausa man, a Yoruba man, who goes to the market and find out that things are very expensive. Who will be sick? There will be no hospital to run to. If you didn't pay any deposit, you will die. It's not all about if an Igbo man become president and he will find out it's the same kind of people. An Igbo man cannot go to the hospital and they will treat him without deposit. If Tinubu become the same thing to Yoruba man, if now that it is the full animal that is there, are they enjoying it? The people are also being killed every day. No good hospital, no good road. So it's all about Igbo, Yoruba, and the Hausa. This is the way these guys have been dealing with us all these years, and we should say this time, say no to it. Our people that are taking bribe, well, I don't blame them. I don't blame them because these people have used poverty to take away their brain. They don't think anymore. They only think of what I will eat now. Imagine somebody who don't know where the next meal will come from, and you offer him 10,000. What do you expect from him? it is our duty to make sure that we educate them. We let them know that, look, you have been hungry for 8 years. You didn't die. It will not be now that you will die. It is our duty to go to our families. Like myself, I call my family every day. I call my friends every day. I even go extra mile to tell them, look, anyone that get his PVC, look at what I will give to him, to just encourage them. I do this every day because I am tired of every day trying to do 2-3 jobs just to meet up not only my own need, but also the need of my people. If somebody is sick, they'll be calling you. A naming ceremony, they will call you. Somebody's wife is giving birth, they will call you. His child is going to school. When will all these things stop? If we have a good government that will take care of all these things, as me here that is living in Australia, I have access to good medical attention. My child goes to school with free education, except I want her to go to public school, where that is where the government will now come in. And also, I will pay part of it. Government will pay part of it. We all have we all have every year. The government after my work in every year, the government will give me a tax return. If I have problem, I will go to the government and tell them I need my super to support myself. They will give me access to it. What else do we want? When are we going to have all these things in Nigeria? Now we see someone that share the same idea. We see someone that he can starve himself just to make every Nigeria good, to make Nigeria look good. Now we have somebody who have every Nigeria at heart, not someone who sees to become a president as his lifetime ambition. Just that is what he wants to fulfill in life. It doesn't matter to him if someone is dying. What is happening in Nigeria today is not his business. It's just to fulfill his lifetime ambition. It's all that he needs. And he will do everything to make sure that he achieves it. Is that the kind of person we want? Is it the kind? Look, Sanusi, he described the trade aspirants in Nigeria. He said, one of them lives in Dubai. Every 4 years, he returns back to contest. He has no problem. He don't know what other Nigeria in the street is seeing. He don't know. After 4 years, he come and throw dollars. He is desperate to be a Nigerian president. He is desperate. He will do everything to be a Nigerian. Is that the kind of person we want? Another one is someone who, for over 15 years, he has pocketed a state to himself, share all the resources between his friends and his families. And he will do everything to make sure that he continues with such idea. And he want to just become a president of Nigeria. Even if he goes there today and die tomorrow, it doesn't matter to him. It's not the kind of president we want. And we have another one who is not like a regular politician, who will come every year to contest. Whom we all know that if he eventually did not win this year, he may not likely to come back again to contest. Who, as all of us are complaining today, all of us are crying, shedding tears. He feels our pain. He knows what ordinary man is seeing in the street. He knows what an old man who has less opportunities is seeing. He knows, he feels the pain of our brothers and sisters who up to 3, 4, 5 months that they've not been to school. He feels their pain. It's now out just to see if he can help out. And people are coming up against him. If this man is corrupt, as people are saying today, I know Nigeria government would have, I know they are looking for just a small thing to nail him, but they've not seen it. If they have seen it, We've have all seen it. We are going
Thank you, Mr. Charles. I
to
think we
stop
lost
him.
Mr. Charles there.
The,
Okay, Mr. Charles, you're back, right? We lost you right there.
hello?
Hello, Mr. Charles, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Please round up in 30 seconds so we can move on to the next person. Thank you.
Okay. So, my brothers and sisters, let us not be discouraged. What you guys are doing is working. It's really anyone who comes on this plan on this platform or on the air to tell you that it's not working is lying. It is really working. We can all see it today. We can also, our youth are waking up. Everybody is going out to get his PVC. The governors, some of them are complaining. They've seen it. Our senators are complaining. If they are not seeing, they wouldn't have tell you. Our vote is for these people. Obi cannot win. They wouldn't have been making such comments. Thank you, my brother. Thank you very much. I appreciate your effort.
God bless you, Mr. Charles. I appreciate you too. Thank you. All right. I would like us to move on now to CM. Mr. CM, is your time to talk to us.
Niger Watch, I'm here just to let you know, please.
Who is that?
This is Comrade Chidi.
Oh, yes, Comrade Chidi, I know. It's not your turn yet. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Yeah. Mr. CM, please talk to us. Good evening to you, sir. How are you doing today? Mr. CM, we cannot hear you. Mr. CM, we can't hear you. All right, sort yourself out. Let someone else talk to us for now, sir. We cannot hear you. We can't hear you at all. We can't hear you, Mr. CM. Please sort yourself out. Muted you, please. Everybody mute yourself, please. There's noise coming out in the background. It's distracting us. When you are not speaking yet, don't unmute yourself, please. Distraction is too much. Thank you. Mr. Gossin, please talk to us. Mr. Gossin, are you there? Okay, Mr. Gossin is not available right now. I will move on now to Comrade Shidi. Comrade Shidi, is your turn now. Please talk to us, sir. Good evening to you once again.
Yeah, Niger Watch and the co-panelists, thank you for having me. Today is another day, the day the Lord has made. I will rejoice and be glad in it.
Yeah.
Well, still on the matter. Every day we wake up, we hear one trajectory or the other. And it's good because if there is no event, there won't be history. I am glad because for the first time, we are about to witness a paradigm shift. I overheard somebody talking about one-man show, an online platform just like yours, Niger Watch, one man. And I have been watching that program and I have paid attention and I watched with keen interest. And I discovered the anchor host, which is the one man, was, becoming too tribal in his beat operations. And thank God I succeeded to come in. So I was one of their panelists. Whoever made that observation, if he had observed, I spoke so radical. And I questioned some of the things he has been projecting. But at the end of the day, it was a win-win. There were some persons in the platform, because I just had to go in there to put certain things straight. Why I am okay with this platform is that I have also watched and I have seen the neutrality we've maintained in this platform. Whenever somebody is derailing, there's always this reporter to put things straight, and that is very, very commendable. Now, back to the point in issue. Like I say, I always like to address issues. I don't like wasting my time tackling tissue. So those who have been projecting
different narrative about what is going on, especially these people who are coming to, push different. One second. Who have been coming, they will tell you some. Yesterday was Deji, how do they call him? Saying, trying to make a political analysis about what is eventually going to happen, saying Obi cannot, that Obi cannot win the North. He was just making all sorts of unfounded projection. And I said, I don't even know. To me, I felt that guy, the last time I checked, he was working for Sowore. They belong in the same platform. So I keep wondering, is it part of their strategy? You leave, the last time I checked, so Sowore is in this contest, and you left your man, and you're moving around and trying to, do some political calculation about what is going to happen. I think they're just wasting their time. I listened to Ned Nwoko. I listened to Ekweremadi. This afternoon, I was also listening to Abaribe. And see, if they are not feeling the heat, why the reaction? Like yesterday, I deposited. And this is a chain reaction. That is just like, it's likened to, something is, like a lambda function that is being triggered. And there are reactions emanating from different angles. It's understandable. What is you're seeing has not happened before. And we should be very, very glad. But the thing is that I have a stronger reservation about some of the things I consider could be a major obstacle, in this journey. And the moment we begin to address them now, I paint a picture, a small picture. I knew during my days when I was doing activism, you understand? We also find out that there are Judas among us, that, they come, they get information, and they will go and disseminate it within the management. And we don't know, there's no way to measure the metrics. But I also remembered that we also have to put our logistics, put our measures in place to see how we can track, no matter how small, no matter how infinitesimal. And I can tell you categorically, anybody who succeeded in, tracking down, his body never remained the same. So these people, the only way I can absorb some of these, some of these classes of individuals, no matter how you may want to look at it, is that I do know that some of them, though they do what they do, but they are ignorant. They don't know. So they need education. They need to be tutored. I've been a political talk. They've used me to achieve one or two things, but that is a discussion for another day. But at the moment I realize that this is not the way to go, I begin to change the narratives. I begin to say, no, this is not the way we should go. And I volunteered myself. I was used as a campaigner. You see, there's a popular saying, any man who stand up to champion a cause, what that man is saying, whoever individual, you are trying to send down a tiny ripple of hopes. Those hopes you are trying to send stand as a weapon which can sweep down the mightiest walls of operations. We've had it enough. Nigerians have suffered. And that is why you see, I can tell you, Peter B is not even, it's just a brand, it's just a face of the masses. And people are saying in their little enclave, are they coming up just like, when a snail is just coming out from its shell, and they say, oh, we don't know we can have it like this. Enough is enough. I've been taking my time, I've been perusing through the social media, and I can tell you, I am happy with what I am seeing. It is no more business as usual. And some persons, some individuals, some compromised organizations, right now I can tell you, are jittery. I overheard somebody saying they've been looking for something to, Just something they could use to track this man. But unfortunately, as I'm talking to you today, I don't know if they have found any. And it's a plus for us. So let us, pay attention to the things that matters move. And now, what are the strategies? I think somebody raised a fundamental observation about what is happening in the core north. I would personally love a merger of some of these mushroom parties, have a strong coalition, and use P2B's face to flaunt it. I'm also having strong reservation when what do they call him? The one that is standing as a placeholder, because I don't know what is going to happen. I don't know. But I also listened to P2B when Rufa of Arise News was interviewing him, and he said what they are trying to do, they are trying to bring everybody together. So I believe negotiation is still going, because I don't want anything that will begin to disenchant people. The love is so immense. The love is so massive. So we have to maintain that tempo. I am here in my axis, and I'm ready. I did not need anybody to pay me, and I'm ready, and I have started, because what I do is to engage constructively, and we'll drop the metrics. We'll do some projections and see, constructively, and I try to make people realize. And it's been very, very, productive. So I will also appreciate a replication of such in virtually every nooks and cranny within and in diaspora. So we should keep the light burning. The party PDP, the last time I checked, I think Olisa, the former PDP publicity secretary, the BBC interviewed him, and he also made some confessional statement. He said that everybody is painful, how they have lost Obi, and now he's working again. And let me also tell you, PDP, as I talk to you today, it's an accident waiting to happen. They are almost going into extinction, because you see massive decamping. Because some people are even saying, is it not Orubebe? The other, is it day before yesterday or 3 days ago? Just say, man, they are not ready. They are not ready to win 2023. So there's confusion within. And I also notice again some protests in the north area where they are saying they don't believe in Muslim. So there's disarray. So the metric is that even the two political bigwigs, Tinubu cannot be guaranteed Southwest block vote. I was telling them in one man show, I said, I schooled in Lagos. I have lived with the Southwesterners. I know how they reason. I've worked with them, and I knew. I don't want to be tribalistic here, but I knew how they do some of their things. But for the very first time, I saw something different. Some of them are singing different songs. You think they know people that are rated as the most educated in Nigeria? You think they don't know? For instance, during the NSAS movement, is it not the same set of people that went to burn down TVC, who watched it, who saw it happen? So they know. So sometimes, you understand, it's not like in my place, they used to say something, meaning that when you see people laughing or taking things too carefully doesn't mean they don't necessarily know, how to go about it. Or maybe certain things are really withholding them. Whose idea is gone, whenever that thing arises, you have no power to hold it down. So for now, I don't think we are doing bad. The conscientization should be spread across. The tempo should be maintained. If you want to engage constructively. And I can tell you, I have a very strong reservation, because that one man show, the one I succeeded in, I was one of their panelists today. I've tried several times to be in that, but because I don't like some of the postulation. But I was happy today, even some of them were already there, some of them bought into some of my projections. And so I told them, you see, the issue we are having now, just throw that tribalism. Just let us look it from a nationalistic point of view. Sometimes when whenever ignorance is on rampage, integrity have no choice than to sneak through the window. It's not about, when people gather. So what are we talking? At the end of the day, where are we going? It's good. I love what you're using this platform to do. As far as I'm concerned, as I talk to you now, I don't have anything. Everything is flowing fine because we are sounding so nationalistic here. I've heard you Niger will say any other person apart from two political but that is a comment from somebody who is serious to see a paradigm shift, to see a change in the status quo. We have to change the narrative. People are just sick and tired. What is a Tinubu coming to do for me? A man I have all my life, I'm a Lagosian, I live all my life, I knew his antecedent. In fact, let me even shock you, I have worked for him. I have worked for him. I don't believe that tempo should continue like that. We should have a change. I'm even surprised. How can somebody come out and start parading and considering himself as a colossus? So he can't do anything. He can't win no election without going to see a Mr. Tinubu. And how can an article who has been there, we know all these things. Why are we pretending for Christ's sake in this country? Why? What is an article going to give you? Can article, for instance, not give you electricity? Since it's the highest importer of generator, why can't we process it from that angle? So, sometimes when I talk like this, I'm so much passionate to see that things work because I felt it's long overdue. It's long overdue. It's long overdue. So those who live in different areas, if you live in Nigeria, you have community here. Let me tell you, there's always a way to stem the tide. Within your community, we know ourselves. Even people who are, for instance, even people who live in our area, who are cult boys, who are, bandits, see, we know them. They are not spirit. They are people that we interact with. It's just that they have decided to, do certain things differently. My brother, all of us are born there inside our body. You understand? When I was into activism, I was faced with different crises, different bullets. But the only way that kept me strong, kept me going is because I had made up my mind. Before I left, I said, well, I might go out, I will not come back. So my mind is already made up. So it doesn't matter what I meet here. I led one struggle.
All right. Thank you very much,
Okay.
Comrade. I appreciate you. We are going to come back to you again. I think we have more people here who would like to talk to us right now. Uh, Please mute yourself. Mute yourself. I can hear some noise on the background. Everybody mute yourself. Thank you very much. Let's see if Mr. CM is available for us now. Mr. CM, please, can you hear me?
Okay. Am I coming out loud and clear?
Yes, better now. It's better now. Good
Okay.
evening to you.
Okay.
Please.
Okay. Better. So, good evening, everybody, and then, as always, all protocols observed. Well, let me first of all remark on Obaseki's what Obaseki said. You see, the thing is, if somebody at the level of Obaseki with all the security reports that get to them every day, because as a governor or president, the first set of people you meet is the SSS attached to you for the state. They will give you security report. If such a man with all the antenna he has everywhere could be saying that all people are talking about is obedient, how many thousand people or million are living in Edo State? And he's asking them, do you not have one in your family? That means a lot. Then on top of that, like attacking the attacks on P2B, you must know that there are other parties with presidential candidates, but nobody is talking of them, which means P2B is a threat to them and Labour Party. But like I have always said, it is yet morning on creation day. They won't do anything because the idea that the youths will be liberated has come, and it is now. Nobody will listen to them, regardless of the amount of falsehood that they peddle around. Which brings me to the visit of P2B to Wike. You see, there's what the white people call the body language. Sometimes you may not speak, but when they look at body language, it can never be far off from what you have in your mind. Whoever is telling you that in politics you forgive and forget, that person is lying, especially Nigerian politics. Just to joggle your memory, sometime in 2019, the convention was held at Port Harcourt for PDP. That convention was scheduled to hold at Abuja, but Wike, because of his clout and then what he had in PDP, he maneuvered it to Port Harcourt and then used Port Harcourt to, book all the hotels and making sure that he's working towards Tambuwal becoming the PDP nominee or candidate. He ignored Atiku. In one of his interviews, he agreed that after the interview, his candidate Tambuwal lost. Atiku won. He went to Atiku said, "Look, I didn't campaign for you to be our candidate, but since you've won, I will now put my resources behind you to make sure that you and P2B becomes the president." Now, what happened was, in the end, it didn't work. So this time, we came and won the prize, and the Atiku outspent him. So all these things, he thought that, okay, if we settle for vice, that's why he said for you to win an election in Nigeria, either you win Kano and Lagos, in fact, Kano, Lagos, and Rivers State. And he said in Rivers State, he must make sure APC never gets not even 10%, not to talk of 25%, as required by law, even if you didn't win the state. So he was banking that Atiku will, you know, take him on board. But as it turned out, it did not happen. And probably, like they say, like we're hearing, the real voting of who will be the VP, Wike won. But some people must go and tell Atiku, say, look, that man, he's wiser than you. He's this, he can do, all those. Anyway, well, that is the PDP shenanigans. So Wike was skimmed out. And from what we've all had in the open, because I don't speculate, Wike is the person bankrolling PDP. When Atiku left, after I didn't get what he wanted, he left. He came to APC with Saraki, all of them, to go and say that the power must come to the north. They played that politics. Now power went to the north because they needed it. They now came back again. So Wike was messing them up, saying, look at people, they left us. After building the party, they are now back. So, in Nigeria, whatever you say, it's only in the midnight people will dissect it. So Wike as a person might tell you that whatever happens, I will remain in PDP is a lie. What he might be saying, because that's what they call payback. You have to an eye for an eye. That's what he want to play. Because if he stays in PDP, before you know it, them in fact they will take it that he will work for them and he's in PDP and they'll be watching him. Before you know, they say Wike was suspended anti-party activity. I know he may be negotiating with P2, be telling him that don't worry, we mobilize votes because the power must come south. So to that extent, it is a plus for be visiting Wike, a plus for be a Labour Party because Wike is also seeing what is going on. I do not believe he just apologized because of what he said at Oka. He must have said it hoping that he will win. And Peter being the type of person he is, he won't take it as he won't sort of retaliate. All he's interested is Nigerian youths. Now that's for that. So it's a plus for P2B that he visited Wike. The PVC issue, I still maintain what I'm saying that that's a conspiracy of the highest order. You can never tell me that INEC for how many weeks now? At least let's just say 2 weeks. People have been shouting there is much people, and they cannot provide extra resources to be able to register at least 50% of the people that turns out every day at every pool, at every center. You will see for more than 4,000, 5,000 people coming in, and they won't register more than 50, or like I had. So it's a conspiracy of the highest order. And look at it. This is only happening in the south, particularly in the southeast. So all they are trying to do is to see if they can frustrate some people. Even then, if INEC is really sincere, they should not be talking of a deadline. You can't. Because if you are registering so many every day, you might be saying, okay, from the way we are going in 2 weeks, we will clear all this backlog of thousands of people. But you keep out of 4,000, 5,000, you register not up to 100. So how then are you going to set a deadline in 2 weeks' time or in a week's time from now, or end of the month? So to me, that's a sabotage from INEC, and with the way things are now, it's not going to stand. As far as I know, it's not going to stand. My fear is that let the youths not be so provoked into visiting violence on any of INEC facility. I wouldn't like that, because INEC will now have a reason to say, okay, it will take us 2 years to replace this or replace that. By the time you know it, then it's like you will shot yourself in the legs. Now, one thing I may be wrong on this is, let this PVC they are issuing now not be the type that when on the day, like they did a card reader in those days in 2015. Even Jonathan, as the president of Nigeria, in his own polling booth at Bayelsa, the card reader wasn't working. Yet it's working. Nobody complained of failure of card reader all over the north. But when you get to south, they say, oh, this card reader didn't work, because that was the issue. So let it not be that the PVC they are issuing now will at last, when it's time to test it, they will say, oh yeah, we issue PVC. I don't know, there's a computer glitch that you can't vote. Because I do not trust anything INEC again. Rigging comes in different ways. It's not only snatching ballot box. That's what they call voter suppression, making sure that people from that area won't vote much. If they registered 50,000 for that and a particular area, they make sure that not more than 2,000 or 4,000 voted, and before you know it, they will tell you that, okay, well, is somebody will come on channel TV, because that is always their station. They come
Thank you.
and say, you know, all these things. Then let me end on this.
Thank you.
One thing we must maintain, and we always like Niger Watch to maintain, is that the neutrality, in fact, not even the neutrality, the civilized manner people have their view here must be you must uphold it at all times, because everybody's now talking of, if you want to come and have an unbiased report and be educated, you have to. Why one thing that is unique to Niger Watch is, you first of all play the video clip so that it is not you making it up. People will listen and hear it firsthand before commenting on it. Unlike somebody doing somewhere, I don't want to mention his name, he will go and manufacture a pathetic lie, write it out, and then ask you to come and debate it. That is rubbish. You are not telling kids. So you cannot see them say, okay, let us play this video or whatever. You just go and bring one rubbish and write, and then start to tell you. If I mention, I don't want to give people on unmerited publicity. But as
Thank
far as I know, Niger Watch is the way to go, and I like coming here, because I came and I learn from people and civilized people all over the world, from Australia to US and in between, are saying what is in their mind. Thank you very much.
We really appreciate you, Mr. CM. Thank you for that recommendation. Thank you, thank you. All right, let's move on. We have more people right here who would like to talk to us, and we have our brother, Mr. Alex, who joining us right now. Okay, let's move on now to Lucky Raf. Mr. Lucky Raf, is your turn. Please talk to us. You have 5 minutes to talk to us, please.
Good evening, Niger Watch,
Thank you,
and
Mr. Lucky.
good evening, our fellow panel and those on chat. Please, I'm going to start with conversation with people outside there, those that are ignorant of what is happening. Sometimes I will urge us to, as much as possible, to avoid engaging or promoting this word tribalism, Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, or Southeast, West, as much as you can. Something happened to me today. I entered into a restaurant. There are a lot of Yorubas, there are a lot of Igbos, there are a lot of Cameroon. So, and when I entered, what I'm hearing is, I will not allow somebody from so and so person to, and they keep shouting. Nobody is listening to each other. And sometimes people mistake passion to emotion. The excitement in the OB supporters can't even allow them to calm down and explain themselves. So when I came in, as they are shouting, the people that is supporting Tinubu, they are busy, saying they cannot support someone from here, or they cannot support because this person is not listening to me. So I just came and said, please, can we give ourselves a few minutes? Now, I want you, as a Tinubu supporter, give me 5 reasons why I should support Tinubu. There's no Atiku supporter there. And the first person starts, dumbling, and he don't know, actually. The only thing he can mention is Tinubu created local governments. Tinubu build politicians. Nothing else. Then he later said he left money in the Lagos State coffer. I asked him how much. He couldn't mention. So at a time, I said, okay, now I can tell you I will vote Tinubu if he's 3-4 years back. But right now, if we or even his children, the best thing they can do for him, or we Nigerian can do for him, is to give him the chance to retire, and we take care of him. He is a strong man. He have built people, though unfortunately the people he built turned to be termite to the country. Those PDP, APC, and all that, those governors and the senators, they are not doing anything for the people. So they turn to be termites, eating the people, eating the coffer, the Nigerian money and all that, looting up and down. So, but for that, he is a hero in political family. Now, I started telling them, this is what Obi did. This is what happened when he came into power. There is no governor house. There is no house of assembly house. He started from his village. This is how he managed to ravage the debt already there before he came. This is how much he saved from that renovation of the House of Assembly and the Lion House. This is that, about security and all that. After everything, I managed to convince one person among them. One person said, actually, I don't know all this. My mind is focused on, is from my town. He's from my side. I think the best thing to do for him is to retire and take care of him. That's what those he have built should do. And I'm very happy that I'm able to convince that right now I have his phone number, he have mine. So it's a lesson. I want us sometimes to ignore this idea of Yoruba, tribal and all that. The more you repeat it, the more some of them that are ignorant will continue with it. Just like in America, when they raise a conspiracy, they know if you say it one time, people will not liaise with you. But when you keep saying it, repeating it again and again and again, people will start, some people will be confused. Some people will start thinking, oh, maybe there is truth on this. That is exactly what politicians are doing with us. That's what they are doing to us here in Nigeria.
Okay, thank you.
So it's not yet 5 minutes, bro.
Okay, all right, go ahead.
So coming to Wike, is a good thing. That's all I can say about that. It's a good thing because all these politicians, what they are afraid.
You mean it's a good thing for
what?
Wike and Peter to meet up, right?
Yes, yes. In for you to achieve some certain things, you have to give room for forgiveness.
Okay.
That way you'll be able to achieve a lot.
Yeah. Okay.
Obi, that is one thing that is happening. People don't notice. If you notice, he don't call people name, no matter what you say. He don't call people name. He stick to the facts. That is about Wike and Obi. Then there's video I sent to you about Tinubu meeting with the chieftains. If you watch it, he spoke in a local dialect, but I can't understand. But from what others explain, he were saying, "Move, push me to Aso Rock, and I will buy you this or that. I will give you this or that." All these things are when people are not, they know that the person they are facing is actually ahead of them. They are afraid. Another thing is Ekowa, not Ekowa, Abaseki. There is another video, another speech he made. He said the old orders, which is APC and PDP, that they are definitely going to retire this election. That people don't want them again. That everywhere around him, what he's hearing is not favorable to them. Then for this PVC, that is where the problem lies. PVC.
Thank you.
People keep saying about INEC and not whether INEC is real or not. I can tell you there is some fishy attitude from INEC. Things are not straight. If not, how can a place in Aba right now is only one machine? Sometimes they will bring two, and there are more than 5,000 people waiting to register for PVC. In Enugu, they have protests yesterday. More than 5,000 people, and they can't do more than 150, 200. Now check, if they do 150, 200 for 1 month, they can only cover 6,000. Is that how all these guys are going to? The thing is that right now, Obi have the number. We have the number to win the election. But how many of them are we going to convert to make sure they have their, because converting them is making sure they have their PVC, and that way their votes can count. That is where the problem lies. And as long as INEC is not getting it right, a lot of people will be left behind. It's a big problem.
Thank you, Mr. Lucky.
Very big
Thank
problem.
you so much. Move on now. Thank you. All right. I would like us to move on now to we have Mr. Alex here. Mr. Alex, my brother, please talk to us then before NGTO.
Yeah, good evening, everybody. Good evening, Nigeria Watch platform. I greet viewers, listeners all over the world. I thank you for your time. I thank you for your contributions. I thank you for your endless efforts, patriotic efforts. I thank you for seeing tomorrow today. I thank you for the work you are doing for the children unborn. May God bless you all. Chukwuemeka Odumengo Ojukwu, the Ikemba of Inewi, told Awolowo those days, said, "Sir, the Malams are coming when they plan to divide this country and avoid this calamity that we are experiencing today." Ojukwu, whose father sent abroad to go to school and come back and take over his business empire, came back home. He was the first graduate, the only graduate to be inscripted into the Nigerian army those days. He was higher in ranking than the Obasanjos of this world, the Buhari. He saw yesterday, to avoid the killings, to avoid the corruption, to avoid the oppression, suppression. But Awolowo did not listen. He betrayed the Ojukwu's plan. They had a meeting somewhere in the east and they agreed to divide this country. But he sent them to Lagos to go and dislodge Gowon and announce the birth of 3 countries in this country called Nigeria, to avoid bloodshed, oppression, corruption, because some part of the country believe that this country is their birthright. But they got to Benin and they changed their mind. The rest is history. This is where we are today. Ojukwu was not corrupt. Ojukwu was a man who cared for people. He may have gone about the war in the wrong way, but what he predicted, the Malans have come. He said, he told him, he said, the Malans have come. I'm sure the people of the Oduduwa Republic, the Yorubas, they know the history better than me because it happened from their own children. Right now, one of their children again, it happened in 1993. MKO Abiola did the same thing. We all know how it all, climaxed. Let me not deviate. The point is this. Ojukwu had a dream that everybody should live peacefully as neighbors, where citizens will be treated as human beings, not in position of Islamic laws. And we don't have a country. Everywhere is confused. You see the killings, you see the kidnappings, and we have a government. And one man has boasted that he brought this government to power. And the same man who produced this killer machine government is still saying he wants to be a president. You can only give what you have. And Ahmed Bola Tinubu just now should not be in the presidential race. I want to speak about Atiku Abubakar. He's one of the oppressors over the years. The stories are there. As for Peter Obi, I was a bit reluctant because I'm a fan of Wike. But when Wike was knocked off, I was a bit frustrated because even if Wike is also among the corrupt people, corrupt oppressors of the land, but among the corrupt ones, you will find some who are taking care of their states. Looking at Wike's contribution during the COVID-19, when there was no flight zone in the country and some white men flew into Rivers State, and with the presidential pass, Wike arrested them and said, you cannot pollute my state. If you want war, he told Abuja, I will give you war. Wike went into the creek and confronted Bon Creek people. We saw the video. Wike challenged people and said, my state will not be overrun by Fulani herdsmen. Rivers State is among the few states that were able to push them back, even if it's a national problem. Coming to Peter Obi today, I'm not a fan of governors becoming presidents, even if it's their right. But I've listened to this man. The man is not sharing money. The man is not making empty promises. He's selling ideas to us. Sankara was able to build Burkina Faso today with ideas. We need men of ideas, not men with money. You can give $10 billion to a fool. He will either kill himself or waste those money. A man without ideas is as good as a dead man. So I am swayed. I've been persuaded with the videos I've listened to, with the things I've read about this man. I've been digging deep about him. Nobody is perfect. I came to a conclusion that the man we need among these 3 people is Peter Obi. I'm not from the East. I'm a Benin born, but I am enlightened in terms of the Nigerian politics. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are in a crossroads. A man boasted that he produced this government that has borrowed our generation, our children's generation into debt. A country that has killed people without any arrest or investigation. A country that people were worshiping in church. They were massacred. Up till now, there is no arrest. Somebody boasted that he produced this same presidential government. And the same person is coming to be a president. Up till now, people left homes and waved goodbye to their loved ones to church for 2, maybe 3 hours. Probably they were sent errands on your way from church. Branch here, branch there, buy me this, not knowing it's the final goodbye. Up till now, with all the intelligence they used to capture Nnamdi, they cannot trace those people. Bullets were buried in dead body. With one bullet, you can trace anybody who bought a gun anywhere around the world and where that gun came from. And the government is pretending that they are not the ones, or they are not involved in the massacre of those people who were in church. And a man who says he produced this government is coming to be a president. My dear, a lion will only give birth to a lion. A lion cannot give birth to a cat. A lion can't give birth to a goat. He gave birth to this government. And in my own, in a sane system, Ahmed Bola Tinubu should be behind bars for his participation directly or indirectly in the Lekki Toll Gate massacre. It should be behind bars. Interrogation should still be going. They swept the matter under carpet. A government that has no rule of law, no separation of powers, and we call it democracy. And a man beat his chest and said he produced this president, and he wants to be a president. Before they came to power in 2015, Naira was about 160 to a dollar. Now it's almost 1,000 Naira. Should this man become a president, Ahmed Bola Tinubu, a Naira will be like 5,000 Naira. You may argue he built Lagos. Don't be deceived. Lagos was a capital city of the country before. He did little in Lagos economy. So I respected him because he fought the military regime under a group called Nadeco. But he got corrupted. He got filthy and he became dirty. People he made, like someone said, have become parasites and termites in the Nigerian system. Look at the country up till now, we are seeing electrical darkness. Our youth are still being slaughtered in the name of police brutality. And our express roads have been taken over by strangers from Niger Republic, from Chad, and from Mali, and we have no government intervention to checkmate these things. Some of our state governors have become puppets, surrogates of the killer machine in Abuja. But a man is coming with ideas. Election time has come again. I'm happy everybody is storming this platform. We must get it right this time. We cannot take money and mortgage the future of our children. We cannot afford another 8 years of killings of peaceful, innocent protesters who were singing national anthem with the country's flag. You cannot kill a man with a country's flag anywhere around the world. Those young people, young boys, young girls, bled, died singing that national. I will not forgive myself if I do not speak about this against Ahmed Bola Tinubu just now, because he controls targets. He is saying he didn't give the order. Lagos State Governor said he didn't give the order. Presidency said they didn't give the order. Who gave the order? Burutai, who was Army General, then quickly he was given immunity, a diplomatic passport, and sent into ambassadorial role because his name is on the international community watch list. Gentlemen and ladies, a killer machine is coming to replace another killer machine. We must not take money from Ahmed Bola Tinubu. A borrowing machine is coming to replace another borrowing machine. We must not take money from Ahmed Bola Tinubu like we did in Edo State. Let us do it again in Nigeria. Well, let's let them know. We said that do not be Lagos. Now we will say Nigeria is not Lagos. Jagaban should go back to his home and stay with his grandchildren. If he escapes going to jail in the next 1 or 2 years, should a new government emerge in Nigeria, I see him spending the rest of his few years on earth in jail because the atrocities of the 37 billion Naira Bolivar activities is still on. So we can go on and on. You don't need to tell a blind man is raining. That's to let him know Peter Obi is the man. So they are intentionally weakening the system, making sure people don't get their PVC. They are removing machines where there are 10 machines. Somebody confided in me, and my next staff told me that something is not right. It's order from above. Okay, I can't say much, but we have machines. This is what a staff told me confidentially somewhere I went to. It's order from above, but at some point, maybe they will bring everything out because the pressure is on. The pressure is on from the young people whose colleagues were killed. Up till now, students are still at home for the past 5 to 6 months. They are not addressing it. And somebody who produced this same government wants to be a president. Where do we go from here? And let me tell you, Atiku and Tinubu are very close friends. They've been together, since the 90s. Don't be fooled. Should Atiku or Tinubu win, one of them will be a minister. So don't be fooled. The only person we have standing is Peter Obi. His life is like a book. You can read them online. You can watch the videos. You can go to his state and act. He said, go and verify them. I don't need to say much. The suffering is very visible. People are suffering. People are dying. Students are at home. Our youth are going into drugs out of frustration. No jobs. They are borrowing money, weakening our economy, destroying all the production plants. They couldn't repair our refinery. We have oil and we cannot refine our oil. They use subsidy to lie to us. They kill us when we protest for a better way of life. They starve our parents. They make them beg for crumbs in pensions. So, brothers and sisters, this is the only time we have to meet these people. After now, it's going to be next 8 years, and it will be very bad. Nigeria will be reduced to Somali if we miss it now. Nigeria will be reduced to Zimbabwe if we miss it now. Our currency is already ranked among the weakest in the world for the first time. Nigeria has become, for the first time in history, the global capital of poverty declared by the world body. IMF has cried out last week that Nigeria economy is on the brink. The borrowings, the secret borrowings. The federal government just now, 2 months ago, bought helicopter, $1 billion with American company. They swept it under the carpet. And the man who produced this government says he wants to be a president. A king said in the Bible, my father rule you with whips, I will rule you with scorpion. Tinubu is coming. Tinubu and his friend, they are coming to rule you with scorpion. A bag of rice now is 27,000, 30,000. It will be 150,000. Fuel is going to be selling for 700 naira. Should any of them win? We have done all the political mathematics. I studied political science for 5 years. All the questions and answers, they're all on our table. We may not be perfect, but we are not far from the truth. These guys are killers. They are borrowers. These guys are gluttons. They are parasites. All their children are in the strategic places in government. The youth have no hope in this country. The only hope we have now is one Peter Obi. So, ladies and gentlemen, I will drop it here. This is the only time we have to meet these guys. Eyeball to eyeball. After now, when you come out to protest, they will kill you again, just like they did before. After now, when you speak, they will destroy your building. They will take you into custody. They will come to Kenya and arrest you, just like they did to one man from the east who is trying to resurrect the dream of General Ojukwu. Ojukwu cared for his people. He didn't want the killings that are happening today. He saw it for 50 years, 70 years into this country. As a man who have read, fear people who read history, fear lawyers, those who read politics, those who read geography, in the humanity. Ojukwu saw it, and he went to Awolowo, who was his senior those days. He said, "Sir, the Malams, they are gluttons. They believe in conquest. They take over lands." After listening, and they had an agreement, but the betrayer came, and Ojukwu wept. I read a book that said Ojukwu wept for 3 hours after that betrayal before he declared that war. 3 good hours. That was part of what led to. Can you hear me, sir? Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
We can hear you. Yeah.
Yes, that was what led to Ojukwu's dad's death. That's why his dad died, because of thinking and panic. So this is the only time we have now. We cannot afford to use bag of rice, to use money that won't last you for a month, for a week, for days, to mortgage your next 8 years. Our debt is 90 trillion. As at 2015, it was 12 trillion. It is going to go to 200 trillion by the time Tinubu or Atiku is done with us. So I want to appeal to everybody. Peter Obi is a trusted man. He's a reliable man. He's a man with conscience. He's a man of the people. A 2-time governor who can boldly say, go and verify my project. Go and ask about me. How many governors can boldly say that? Go and ask about me. So I want to appeal to my state governor today. My state governor of Edo State. Look at now. Yesterday, Peter Obi was a state governor. Today he's going for presidency, and he's talking about his achievement. Our governor should also know that tomorrow, can you say to Edo people, go and ask for my achievement? I'm talking about the insecurity. I know it's a national problem, but it can create palliative. It can create something, encourage the vigilante or something, because our farmlands have been taken over by the Fulani herdsmen. So once again, I thank you for the platform. I'll still be listening. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much, my people. I appreciate you. I would like someone else to talk to us now. Can you guys hear me? Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we are hearing you.
Can anybody hear me?
Yes, we are hearing you clearly.
Okay,
Yes, I'm
I would
hearing you.
like
Yes, I'm hearing
I
you.
would like NGO to talk to us.
NGO to talk to us.
NGTO, please, it's your time to talk to us. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I'm calling from America, Minnesota, and I want to thank Ninja Watch on allowing me to come on the channel. I was here I want to say 2 weeks ago. I wanted to come on here because I'm part of the youth. I'm one of the young ones that I would say for young Nigerians.
Thank you so much.
And the reason why I want to come on here and say is that Peter Obi is the way forward. Tinubu is not the way forward. Atiku is not the way forward. Just like Mr. Alex said, a machine gun is coming to replace another machine gun. And when there's a protest, that machine gun will come out and destroy everyone again, just like how the machine gun destroyed NSARS, everybody. So here's what I'm going to say is that we need to vote. We need to get out there and vote for Peter Obi. The reason why I'm saying that is because so earlier someone mentioned something about the North, how they need to focus more on the North. The reason why I'm actually very happy about that is because, as we all know, the British gave the North the power. And at this point, if Peter Obi enters presidency, I want Peter Obi to have a sit down with the British and have them remove that power. It's not helping Nigeria. It's not helping the North. It's not helping any individual living in Nigeria at the moment. They need to remove that power. Oh, the North have to be the one to pick who is the next president. It needs to end. It's not helping anyone at all. Everyone is suffering in Nigeria. A lot of people. And it seems like every Nigerian wants to either leave Nigeria, and then when they come to America or UK or anything, then they get they see reality and say, oh, it's not, I guess it's not all peaches and cream in America or wherever they go. So Peter Obi is the way. I'm sorry. And with people who are saying Showore, listen, Showore, for the past how many years that I've known Showore has been in the eye of court, policing, jail. I haven't really seen him lead people to power or lead people to progress. Yes, I do believe in what he's doing. I do see him as a man with integrity. However, like people have said, Showore has not tasted power before. We don't know what this man can do with power when he has tasted it. Now, if I would say that he needs to start somewhere as a governor or senate somewhere and then show how he can lead people before he can lead the whole country. So and Peter Obi have shown that in Anambra, right? He has reports. I was watching an interview the other day where they asked him to bring proof of all the things that he has done, and he was actually able to deliver that on national TV where people are actually seeing it. How many people can do that? Buhari, our current president Buhari cannot even do that. Talking of Tinubu or Atiku. So we need this man to move forward. Yes, Peter Obi cannot fix all of Nigerian problems. However, he will fix a lot. And then when he fixes a lot, we will bring another good president in who will fix a lot and a lot. Before you know it, all of the problems in Nigeria will be fixed. But you cannot expect Peter Obi to fix all of Nigerians' problems, but he will fix a lot. And trust me, when you fix a lot is better than nothing. A lot is better than nothing. So that is what I wanted to say, is that we need Peter Obi. He's a breath of fresh air. He's different. He's known for people to not steal money, or that's also why he was impeached. They wanted to impeach him because they said that he's a stingy man. Yes, let him be stingy, because obviously the ones
Thank you very much for that.
are not thinking that. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say, is that Peter Obi is the way forward, is to move forward, and he's
the way forward. Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
I really do appreciate this. Thank you very much, madam. Thank you so much. I would like us to go to Model. Model, please talk to us. Thank you very much, madam, for that wonderful distribution. Model, is your turn. Talk to us. Thank you. Model, can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello, Model, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Good evening.
Then go ahead. Good evening to you. Thank you.
Yeah. Again, thank you so much, Niger Watch, for this an amazing opportunity you have given to us to help our father's land. What I want to say is this. Yeah, somebody said that the same people that ordered the military to kill us, they are coming back again. What are they coming to do? Are they not in the same government that killed our people? Are they not in the same government that killed our people? Are they not the same government that are destroying Nigeria today? If you're a Nigerian, wherever you are over 1,000 risk of being involved on what you don't know because of what our president told the Western world. So we don't need this kind of people anymore. The pain is too much. So what I want to do is this. We must go to the grassroots. Somebody said it here earlier today. We must go to the grassroots. We must pressure INEC. Yesterday, I was listening to Adiboye, one of the bishop in the Winners Church, educating their people on this time around. You must get your PVC. You must vote. And he said that they are trying to get INEC so that they can extend the time so that Nigerians will be able to register their votes because they are frustrating the citizen not to register. Because yesterday, I was able to fund some people to hire a bus to go and register. And out of about 20 people, about 6 people were able to register. And the rest have to came back. And I told them, don't worry, we're still gonna go again. So it's so frustrating that INEC at this time don't have enough resources, don't have enough equipment, being controlled by the present government. It is so sad, I'm telling you. So this is the problem. So what I want to say is, let us continue the grassroots mobilization, the grassroots engagement, the grassroots of educating our people, the importance of tomorrow. Thank you. Hello. Hello, Niger Watch.
Hello, I can
Right.
hear you. Hello.
Can you hear me? Hello.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right. I think he's having some technical issues right
Yeah,
now.
I think so. Yeah, I think
The
it's
next
okay.
person, the next person to who was speaking, please.
It's Godson, Mr. Godson here.
Mr. Dawson, do you want to do you want to say something?
Do you want to say something?
I've had my go some time ago, so I
Okay, Mr.
Some
Okay,
time ago. So okay, let me come in then. Let me come
okay,
in then.
Mr. Igama, you can go on.
Mr. Igama, you can go on. Okay, thank you very much. Yes, I just want to thank you and your team for the very wonderful work guys are doing. We really appreciate the work you are doing here.
Thank you very much.
I would like to add to what the previous speakers have said. It's clearly Peter Obi. Peter Obi is just the only opportunity we have right now. The truth is that the way the country is right now, we are at the precipice. Peter Obi presents to us that opportunity to be able to pull back the country from the precipice and then to salvage the country, reposition the country, and then we start moving in the right direction. So that's the only opportunity we have right now. The truth is that APC, PDP, their candidates, they are part of the old order. There's need for us to break away from that old order. Personally, I was in APC. I was
Mr. Igama.
Sorry?
Mr. Igama,
Mr.
just
Igama.
a minute.
Yes, I can hear you.
Mr.
Igama,
I think we're hearing ourselves back. Is there anybody who is not trying, who is still unmuting himself? who's not trying, who's still muting himself. I think it's from Mr. Joseph Igama. Can you lower the
Go
your
ahead,
gadget?
Mr.
Joseph Igama, can you lower the your gadget or the one you're using watching it?
Okay.
I think that's why it's echoing back.
Okay.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Right.
Okay.
It's still
I've
very
done
much
that.
echoing.
Yes.
Right. It's still very much echoing.
Okay.
Can we go now? Okay. Right. My question is,
Yes, we
you've
can.
been on the platform before, and you have been in the PDP or one of these two political parties. Now, what can you tell
Yes,
us now that
APC.
you're on ground? What can you tell us? What is the movement between these two parties? What do you see? Do you see that there is a threat, or do you think that these people are trying to align with your B movement?
The truth is that like for both PDP and APC, the two candidates, they weren't really like the choice of the majority members of the party. If you look at it critically, like for Atiku as a person, he's his own personal ambition. If not, PDP was supposed to have zoned the presidency to the south. So even what they did is against their own constitution. But that's because of his own personal interest. He knows that if he doesn't get it now, that he won't have the opportunity again. And because of the division in the southern part of the country, the division, because a lot of people like Wike, a whole lot of people wanted it, their own selfish interest. So he capitalized on that, and then he got the ticket. Then Tinubu, clearly, a lot of people, even the Buhari himself, they would have preferred someone else. They tried giving it to someone else until a few days or even like few hours till that convention. But they knew that if they don't allow the process to go openly, he will pull out and then the party will scatter. So when they saw that, they had no other way than to just allow it to go openly. Anybody that emerges should emerge. So that was what happened. So he emerged. So if you go to APC today, PDP today, so many of their party members are not happy with the candidates that they have. So as moving towards the election, you will see clearly that a whole lot of not just their average members that are in their millions that are aligning to Peter Obi, even some prominent names like some governors, some senators, some former governors, some former ministers, you will see them camping maybe towards December. You see them camping openly and supporting Peter Obi. But right now, as I speak to you, I even know some youth leaders, even in APC. There's even one, I'm in the public space, but there's one that is working very close to the presidency. He's in the presidency actually. I don't want to say the exact place, but she said that he's going to vote for Obi, even though she's part of the government, she's enjoying, but it's beyond personal benefit. It's for the future of the country. That Tinubu as a candidate doesn't represent where we are going to. And the article, the same thing. So the truth is that a whole lot of us, those of us in diaspora, when we approach November, December, you will see how far this stuff has gone. The movement is gaining grounds.
Another question is, I just want to, because you are very much involved in this political process. Now, if you look at the strategy I'm seeing here, I don't know if you're saying that. The People's Democratic has a VP candidate.
Yes.
Are you getting that now? Okay. Now, if you go to All Progressive Congress,
yes, I can hear you clearly.
Don't you think they are using a strategy here for the Nigerians? They are using a strategy here for the Nigerians, bringing their candidates up for the BP. Or are you seeing that? Are you seeing that like somebody like Yeson Wike?
Mr. Israel, hold on. Your mic is, the connection is so bad.
Yeah, go ahead. Is there someone like Yeson Wike?
Yeah. Are you
Hello,
seeing someone
everybody,
like
please
so?
mute
I
your
think it's
mic.
called
Everybody mute your
Mr.
mic.
Gintama.
Mute your mic.
Yeah. Are you seeing someone like this?
Hello,
So I think
somebody
it's
mute
from
your mic.
Mr.
Anybody, can
Gintama.
you hear me? Oh God. All right, I have the Iris word here. She's gonna moderate from now on because I'm busy. I'm multitasking right now. The Iris word, thanks very much for coming. Please help me to take over from here. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Ivis. I don't know, Mr.
Thank
Igama,
you.
if there is any other device in your background. I think you have to mute it so that the interference will be less, because we are not hearing anything at all. So I will be taking off from now. So let's see if we can hear you better now. Engineer Joseph, can you unmute yourself? Let's see.
Okay. There's no other device.
Engineer Joseph, can you unmute yourself?
Yes, there's no other device here. Am I clearer now?
No. Okay, just go on. Let's see, because it's like I'm still hearing myself. Okay, just go on. Let's see, because it's like I'm still hearing myself.
Okay. So, like, what? Am I clearer now?
Yeah, continue. Yeah, continue.
Yes, like the last question I was asked. The delay, like for our party, basically in putting up the vice presidential candidate is like what they already explained. There are a lot of talks going on, a lot of discussions going on, and they want to carry all these major stakeholders along in that decision to give them some sense of belonging in the whole movement and the whole, as in the movement, so that they can really work together. So that's why there seems to be a little delay. But since it's still in line with the guidelines, the timeline given by INEC, everything is very much in order. It won't be long from now. They'll name a substantive a running mate to our candidate. For APC, the delay is majorly because of the fact that Tinubu wants a northern Muslim as his running mate. But as we speak, there's been a lot of pressure within the party, outside the party, for him to get a Christian from the north. So that's what they are still discussing. That's what they are trying to resolve. But at the end of the day, he will make his decision. Whether he picks, sorry.
Mute your mic first. I want to ask you a question. When I finish, you open. Now that Kwankwanshaw issue is not going well, which possibility and who do you think might be the next person that they might possibly look up to in the north as the VP? Unmute yourself.
Okay. If you ask me from a distance, me, I'm not just a politician, I'm a political strategist. But for you to give the best strategy in every occasion, you have to have a lot of information. From the distance that I am right now, I don't have a lot of information. But if you ask me from my distance, I'll tell you that even if Konkoso decides not to run as a VP candidate with Peter Obi, it doesn't really, it won't really do Peter Obi candidacy a lot of harm. What Peter Obi needs is not any particular individual. All he needs is an influential Muslim from the north. Particularly, it could be either northwest that has the highest or the strongest vote, that has the highest voter strength, or the north central. It could be from northwest or the north central. Just an influential.
Engineer Joseph, we are losing you now. Can you hear me? No, I think we have lost him.
Most okay, balance his ticket.
Okay.
So if
No, we have lost you again. Let's go on to Mr. I'm saying Dr. King. Are you there? Can you hear me? Dr.
can hear
King,
you.
can you hear me? Okay,
Yeah, I
good
can hear
evening.
you.
Good evening. Thanks for
Nice
joining us.
northern youth.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us.
I'm coming. It might galvanize northern youth against the older northern politician. So they might look
Dr.
into that
Kingsley is on.
possibility.
I'm on. Dr. Kingsley is on.
Thank you very much.
No. Thank you so much, Engineer Joseph. Mute your mic. Dr. King, we'll come to you now. Thanks for joining us. Have you been following the conversation?
Yes, I have. And I want to appreciate Nigeria Watch and everyone on this platform. I'm calling outside Nigeria. First of talking BC. I was in Nigeria last. I was to renew my. I went to immigration and they
we can't really hear you well. Your connection is not really clear. We can't hear you well.
Can you hear me now?
It's not clear. Say something. Let me see. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, continue.
Okay, thank you very much. I said concerning the PVC, last year I was in Nigeria, I had the same experience. I wanted to renew my passport and I was referred to INEC office. If I tell you the crowd I met at Aduawa, INEC office at Aduawa, they were telling me, one of the staff said I should speak the Nigeria language. They ended up collecting almost 15,000 from me because I had just few days to leave the country. So what the feedback I've been hearing back home from Nigeria is that if you want to get your PVC, you should be willing to drop something because they have limited amount of registration they do a day, like what one of the panelists said. It's all strategy. So that one is what we will expect. And coming to the point of presidential election next year, down deep in my heart, I was in a gathering of Nigerians today. Down deep in my heart, I told them clearly, I said, if the election will be free and fair, Peter Obi is going to win 100%. I said, I can put my neck on the board for that. I said, but these gladiators will not allow it. And let me say this on this platform. If much is not done, we will have a repeat of 1993 of the MKO Abiola election. Because down deep in our hearts, even we that is living abroad, you discover that everybody, every corner you go to is Obi movement. Obi movement. Because we are tired of everything. I have a cousin who is attending university, he's home, doing nothing. ASU is on strike. So the truth of the matter is that if they will allow it to go free and fair, Peter Obi is going to win and he's going to be the next president. I've already started the campaign.
Dr. King, I have a question for you. You are always using the phrase of if they will allow him. And in the streets out there, people are saying that this time around is unstoppable. Do you really think there's going to be such obstacle or interference, just as you are saying?
Yes, there will, because I have relatives who are top APC chieftain in Nigeria. They themselves, they told me personally that having Ahmed Tinubu as their presidential candidate is a bad market. That's the language they use. Now, down deep in the heart of Nigerians, even I was watching cable today, majority of the PDP men down to APC, majority of them, they are already on their way crossing over. So, like what Mr. Joseph said, they are using undercover. Just watch what will happen. Madam, I tell you the truth. Everybody, the movement of Peter Obi is in the vein of every Nigerian because we are tired. Living abroad is not what we ever dreamed for. That's the truth. It's not what we planned for. It's because of the system. There is no system. The corruption is on the highest order. Just imagine what I experienced last year. I was asked to pay 15,000 naira to get an express a PVC. And somebody was telling me today that if you want to get your PVC, you have to drop something because they gave them an order. Specific registration should be made each day. I did mine in INEC office at Aduawa in Benin. I'm from Edo State, from Ekpoma. So the truth is, these guys will not allow it to be. I told a Nigerian forum today in the country where I am, I said, Obi is going to win 100%. They know that. That's the fear in them. Obi is like a nightmare to every one of them. But they will never give it to him. Highest, they will declare coffee in the nation. Look at what happened in the NSAS.
Are you in Nigeria right now?
No, I'm not. I'm planning to come for the election, but I'm afraid of insecurity.
Okay. I wanted to know if you're on ground to tell us the atmosphere right now and what is actually going on there. So it's unfortunate you're not on ground. So just round up your 1 minute. Let's go to the next one.
To add up to what other panelists have said, I want to appeal to us to also tell our loved ones back home to join the movement, and we should also pray that at the end of it all, they should willingly, like what Jonathan did, and give the mandate to Peter Obi so that Nigeria can get to where she ought to be. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. King. And there is something that I've been hearing, that I've always been hearing, that we Nigerians are always saying. I also want to use this opportunity to let the people know, not that we are clamoring for change. I think that issue should also come in because I always hear people saying, if we miss it this time, we'll suffer for another 8 years or stuff like that. But in that country, we know that each tenure is supposed to be 4 years. But in Nigeria, we have concluded that anybody that enter that seat, it will definitely win the second tenure. We still have to consider that. We have to take that mentality off our head. When you elect a leader, the first 4 years is a kind of trial for him. If he did not do well, we should develop that mentality of voting the person out. He must not be there for 8 years. It's not compulsory. So I don't know the way people just seal it. If we miss it, another 8 years. If we seal it, another 8 years. I don't think it's a good idea or it's a good way of communicating issues like that. Not that we are clamoring for change and the change is going to take place. I think we should start. Mute yourself, please, if you are not speaking. We should start working on ourselves in such a way that we will start correcting all these things from the roots, now that the change is coming. Now, I would like to go to Mr. NGTO92. Are you there? Can you hear me? Mr. NGTO92, can you hear me? Okay, since
Yes,
not to
I
be
can
there.
hear you.
Okay, I think you spoke earlier. Okay, let me go to someone else. Mr. Gosson, are you there? Mr. Gosson? Okay, Mr. Gosson is not hearing me. Mr. Charles, can you hear me? Mr. Charles, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good evening. Thanks for joining us. I guess you have been following the conversation. So tell us what you think about the whole thing and contribute to yours.
Yeah, my sister. I've been following for a long time. I've been following, and like I always said, I've always asked this question among Nigerians that if Nigeria as a country is one man's business and you need a manager, you need to hire a manager. Among these three people, who do we think that is qualified for this post or this position? No one has given me that answer. All we fight is tribalism, sentiment, and ethnicity. But all I want to contribute here is this. I pray that God will open the eyes of our brothers, both from the north, east, south, and west, to understand that no one is here to fight each other. We have all suffered a lot. We have all suffered a lot. Buhari's government, APC government, is an affliction to every Nigerian. Our people have been murdered like even chicken. Chicken are more valued than the life of every Nigerian. These guys have been in power for almost 8 years now. Why do we have to allow them to continue? A lot of people have been massacred in Benue. And you see them, they will just carry all of them, bury them like nothing has happened. The same thing. We have some. I know that some people are fighting for Jagaban. Somebody who cannot come out boldly and speak against the government he fights for to make sure they come in when they are going astray. You watch them because you want power, because you want to remain relevant. You keep quiet, you remain silent, even if they kill somebody and drop him at your door. As long as, for the fact that it's not your son or your child or your any person related to you, it doesn't matter to you. What matters to you is your lifetime aspiration, how it is your turn, how you want to put a kind of this unity among the Yorubas and the other part of southern Nigeria, that it is the Yoruba's turn, it is your turn. Who in his right mind will buy this idea of his? The man is old, he cannot even manage his health, and people are just killed at his back. Honestly, it's gonna be very bad to Nigerians if we allow this to happen again. We all live in overseas. We know how things are being done here. We know how things are working here. And we all want to come back home and see the same thing happening in our country. I want to live where I am now. When I get to Nigeria, I will not see any difference between Nigeria and where I am now. Like every other country that have done well for their country. Why are we still allowing these people to continue to be deceiving us? Continue to bring disunity, confusion among us. We should say no to it. They have done a lot of harm to our youth. Today, students are not going to school because they have refused to do what they are supposed to do. Their children are studying overseas. None of that, if a particular course is supposed to be for 4 years, their children will study for 4 years and get their degree. While there are people in Nigeria will remain in a particular course for 7 years. Nigeria is a country where a counselor is buying a car, dashing people, while a lecturer, a doctor, a medical doctor, a professor is struggling to buy a car, while a counselor is buying a car, giving out to people. Nigeria is a country where businessmen are finding it difficult to touch dollars, while politicians have access to dollars. Nigeria is a country where even a Chinese will come to Nigeria and kill a Nigeria. Our government will protect them. But in their own country, they will kill they will do the same to foreigners. Their government will protect them. Nigeria is a country where those who have served Nigeria for 35 years in their active service will retire. Just this thing may be 1 million naira that all these politicians will give. They will not even give their girlfriend 1 million naira. But they will refuse to pay this, our old age parents who have served for 35 years in their active service. And now it is about to retire. No one is talking about how to give them, pay them. They go home. They die without
Round up in 1 minute.
without enjoying their effort. My sister, if I continue, I think the whole of the time today will not be enough. I've cried enough. I've talked a lot. I've shed tears and I've calmed myself down. My prayer for Nigerians, both we in diaspora, our youth in Nigeria, and our everybody, as I have always tried to do my own part. I've told my people, go and get your PVC. I don't want to continue to be sending money. I need an environment where you have free education, good medical attention, that it will not be every time I'm going to hospital. I've told them, go and get your PVC. And I pray that all of us will do the same to our brothers and our sisters. Try to educate them. Let them know the importance of this moment we are in now. Thank you, my sister.
Thank you so much, Mr. Charles. Yeah, I understand your emotion. I can understand your pains. We are on this together. We share the same pains, and that is why we're doing what we're doing. That was a fantastic delivery there. Thank you so much. Now, I would like to go to Mr. CM. No, hold on. There is a new panelist joining us. My concept. Please, Mr. Charles, mute yourself. Thank you. My concept, you are just joining us. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Good evening, everybody.
Thanks for joining. I don't know if you have been following the conversation.
Yes, I have. Just a little bit off and on, but then I've been following the conversation.
Okay, can you make your contribution, please?
Personally, I think a lot of persons have spoken so much about the problem. All right, we've been there's nobody that is a Nigerian that has been in the system or that has been following that is not a child that does not understand the state of the economy. So I just feel that at this point, what we should be focusing and putting all our effort on is strategy of how we can be able to make this possible. Basically, I don't see any um, challenge that would make Peter Obi not emerge as the president. I'm from Edo State, but then I'm also residing in Bayelsa. But I've been in Bayelsa for over 8 years now. And even here in Bayelsa, everywhere you go is Peter Obi. So I'm still wondering why everyone is saying this cannot be possible. Okay, let me make an instance with my own personal experience at INEC office in Yenegoa. That was 2 weeks ago. I was there to get a PVC, and then we had this same issue of this usual crowd, and then there's no way to enter the compound, and then they were talking about machines not available and all that. And in the course of that, Nigerians, and we all got into conversation, and it will shock you to know that so many persons, in fact 90% of the persons that were there, they were saying just the same thing, that I'm coming here to pick PVC and vote for the very first time in my life. I have never voted before. I have never done anything election before. I have never been interested. In fact, the one I did before, I didn't collect and all that. And then I was asking myself, who are these same people that have been doing the voting? So you could just see that most of the persons that are actually coming out right now to say we are going for PVC is because of Peter Obi. And everybody is saying that same thing, that we are coming out because we want to vote this man, because we see his works. I was listening when somebody was talking about Sowore. I don't have any issue with Sowore, but the truth is, just like the person rightly said, somebody that has not been tested with power, we can't, at this point in time, we cannot be working by assumption. All right. And that's one of the things I really love about Peter Obi. I'm not this I don't follow men, I follow truth. All right. So if anybody is not saying what it is, or if anybody is not doing what it is, I can just switch or change at any time. What I stand for is truth. And if there's anything that makes me love Peter Obi, it's not even about party or whatever it is. It's the fact that whenever he says a statement, he always follow it up with go and verify. And I've done several research on most of all the things he has said personally before coming out to say, I am going to vote for this man. And I'm telling you categorically that everyone is talking about him. But now the truth is, there are powers. So we can't just keep talking about him probably on social medias and then on forums like this, and then there is no practical strategy, something that we really need to do. Like, okay, take for instance Bielsa now. I don't think there is this. Okay, I only saw their rally once, and if you see that rally, like to be very honest with you, it doesn't really look. It just looks like maybe one councillor or one SUG president kind of rally. You understand? It doesn't really look like what should be expected for a presidential campaign, and that's because of lack
Okay,
of communication.
okay, my comset. I want to ask you something. Are you in Nigeria right now?
Yes, I'm in Nigeria.
Okay, well, what's the atmosphere there, and how does it look like? Because there are still some people that believe that still believe we are still living in fantasy, or we are dreaming about the reality on ground. So I'm happy to know that you are in Nigeria. So can you tell us more what the atmosphere is like and what the people mindset is? Maybe the enthusiasm that is there, the hope of the people. So what can you tell us about that?
Everyone, from my own personal observation, like I said, I was at INEC office myself, and if you could see the crowd, see, there were people. I was there 4 times, so I had to sacrifice my job 4 days. I have to sacrifice 4 days just to be able to get myself registered. And miraculously, after speaking, after having one or two conversations at the registration venue of INEC, they made me the president in charge of the people that will, I think president or chairman, I don't know, but they just made me a leader of the crowd that will be outside, and then how to be able to, the INEC people needed to coordinate, people to coordinate, because some persons wanted to even just do anything that they want to do just to be able to enter or even before the gate, because those guys were not willing to be patient. But the truth is that we were all speaking one voice. Everybody that came out because they heard of a person, they saw a person who they could actually attest for, and that's Peter Obi. So everybody is saying Peter Obi, everybody is coming out for Peter Obi. But my own is, how do we really gather these people? Everybody wants Peter Obi, but the truth is that, INEC is actually, hello, can you hear me?
Comrade Chidi, can you mute your mic, please? Mute your mic. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so most of the person, in fact, everybody that came there was saying the only reason why I'm going through this stress, that was a bit emotional for me. I saw women, I saw old people, I saw young people, a whole lot of persons. So people lock up their shop, so people took admissions and all that, and some people were there for days. Like, they keep coming and coming. Some people went there for weeks just to get to their turn, because what will happen is, once you come, I had to set that order there. Once you come, you write your name in a list, and then we submit it to the INEC officials. So when we submit it to the INEC officials, if they are not able to round up with that list for that day, the next day they are going to continue with that list. So now you should be asking, what are the people that will come on that very day? Like, for the day I came, we were about 100. Now there were 100 persons on the list already, and they could not take up to 20 that day. And even after submitting that list of 100 people, there was another list again of about 100 persons. So my list became the first list that will be attended to after. My list became the first list that will be attended to the next day. So now they took just 20 persons out of my list, and then they will continue the next day, another 20 set of persons. Now there was another list for that very day that I came, which was two lists, about 200 persons. Now the list was just going on and on and on and on like that. And these persons were saying that they are ready to wait forever just to ensure that they get registered. And everybody is saying that we are going through this stress because of Peter Obi.
My concept. Hold on a minute. Something just, I just got information up here in the comment section. Please, you guys know that in this platform we don't permit insults. Insult is not allowed here, or calling of names. I can see that a certain name calling or insult is going on here. Please desist from it or you will be blocked, because I know I have won one Madi several times today. Please respect the rules of this platform. Insult is not allowed. Respect the rule or you get blocked. Thank you. Go on. My concert just round up in 1 minute.
All right. So all I'm saying is that the sensitization, I don't know, whichever way, I just believe that it's grace of God. I don't know how Obi was able to go through the hearts of people and all that, and the kind of love and all that that everyone is showing. But I feel that there's still much more to do. And I want to take what happened in Lagos, for instance. I want that thing to not just be a Lagos thing. The concert that was held by some of these celebrities and all that, and then they said the only entrance to the venue is you having a PVC. I think that thing should go across the 36 states. Lagos is not just the only place we have Nigerians. There should be something like that in Edo State. There should be something like that in Delta State. It should be a movement. And we have all the time to do this. That's just all I have to say. I just feel that would be a bigger strategy to be able to get this thing done.
Thank you so much, my concert. We really appreciate your contribution coming from Nigeria. We appreciate you and we hope you join us anytime you have a chance. We are always here in the morning and in the evening, and we have our Friday debate as well. Thank you so much. Now we have a new person that just joined. Please, anybody that is not speaking should mute his or her mic. We have somebody here that just joined us. One man. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. What do you have to say? Have you been following the conversation?
Well, I've not fully been, because I just came in just now. I'm setting up for my session as well, which will come up shortly at 9:35. One man went to mow.
What do you have to say? We are on the topic here. I don't want anybody to deviate from the topic.
All right. Yeah. So to the topic then. So firstly, to the meeting between Yemsen Wike and Peter Obi. So that meeting, we all know what happened to Yemsen Wike within the PDP structures. So this is a guy that has been loyal to that party pretty much for all of his political life, at least within this dispensation, the Fourth Republic. So he has given everything to that party. And you may say that the party gave him a lot as well in terms of the governorship of his state. But when he came outside of his own immediacy, any opportunity that he attempted to reach beyond himself, he was summarily stabbed in the back. So of course, we all saw how the presidential primaries played out with the betrayal. The betrayal, it was quite public and quite painful, really, what happened with Tambuwal, who he backed in 2019, but just stabbed him so frontally, publicly at that primary. So we saw that. But the treachery from Tambuwal, you can understand that because it's a northerner, somewhat removed from Yemsen Wike, but really the southern regions, especially his region and the southeast, they all abandoned him as well, because the bulk of his votes actually came from the north. So there's a lot of treachery that played out there. And then,
so one man, do you think the meeting he have with Peter Obi today, what do you think about that?
Well, this is him now looking to strike out. So he's effectively either signaling to the space or intending to defect from PDP. So the obvious go-to will be APC, but that will be too political for him to do, and the backlash will be one that he cannot.
Do you have any verified information about that, about his plan to defeat another
Well,
party?
that's a speculation all over the news. Nobody can verify unless, of course, you have a personal conversation with him. But
Okay.
there's been I think in the last 3 days of successive news, the speculation is to his intentions to defect. He met with an APC governor about 2 days ago, and is meeting with Peter Obi now publicly, frontally. So it's not certainly discussing to go to the cinema together. So really, the conversation will be around the politics of it. So it's safe to, work on the speculation that he is somewhat reflecting on defection. But really, where to defect to is the real question for James Wike. He cannot defect to the AP. He cannot defect to the APC because that would be too political and the backlash will be too fervent. But so he has to look for like a fringe party, like Labour Party, PRP, etc., etc. So I think really that is what he's signaling. And him meeting publicly with Peter Obi is to signal to the space that is going to move his weight and power to that possibly Peter Obi space. So that is the understanding of that. And to Buhari asking the UK, US, etc. to ban IPOB. So there's the real feeling that the designation of a terrorism should certainly be applied to IPOB, especially their satellite arms, the Eastern Security Network, and the unknown gunmen. We all know the atrocities they carry out within the southeast.
One man. Hold on. Are you saying that what Buhari is planning to do? Are you saying is right?
Well, if you look at the antecedents, the activities of that group and its satellite groups within, especially the southeast, there's no other term to describe it outside of terrorism.
So, if you think what Buhari is saying about, I'm not in any way supporting any violence of any group of any part of Nigeria, but I want to ask you, if you think what Buhari is asking right now, don't you think it will also be good if he asks for same for the Fulani herdsmen that has been terrorizing every part of Nigeria?
They already have that designation. The Fulani herdsmen, both in Nigeria and internationally, are a designated terror group.
And do you think they are doing enough about them?
Well, they certainly are not, because the government is complicit with them. Buhari backs them, so what is he going to do against them? And he hates the Easterners, so obviously he's going to go after them. So... but I just wanted to comment just briefly on what the previous caller was saying about the narrative around the uptake in PVCs. So that uptake in PVCs is essentially Nigerians now looking to affect the upcoming election. So that narrative now, it cuts right across the whole of politics, by the way, and the attribution, of course, is not to Peter Obi. So Peter Obi is just a minor specimen within the greater reasons for that movement. If you look at the way the politics is divided at the moment, with the real push for power to come to the South, then you see that people are looking to activate their PVC in order to effect that power coming to the South. So you might well argue that that southern power coming to the South is essentially it still staying with the APC, but coming to the South. PWP, of course, will hold on to its base, which is the southeast. So that comes into the mix as well. But that movement essentially is not really wrapped around the Peter Obi narrative. It's wrapped around people wanting to effect and affect the upcoming election. And also, there are elements of monetization as well, because we saw that in Ekiti. When people as young as 19 to 23, they were...
One man, what you saw in Ekiti, there has been a campaign going on that you can take money and vote your mind. What you saw in Ekiti, what makes you think the money those guys were showing on the street, they actually voted for the people that gave them that money?
Well, there's no reason not to think they did, and
there is, because if you don't have the verification or the proof to confirm that, because many people have been saying, if you bring your money, I will take your money and vote my conscience and vote my choice.
No, that's not going to happen.
You can't say that, Wama. You
Yeah,
can't
well,
speak
we know.
everybody's mind. This is one of the issue I always have with you. You like to speak everybody's mind. You can't speak people's mind. I personally spoke with my younger sister. My younger sister did it last year. They tried to bribe him in a certain election. She collected the money and vote whoever she wants to vote for. So you can't just be concluding things saying that something can never happen. You cannot say never. You
Well,
cannot say never.
you can make a confident assertion based on antecedents. So you can use history to confidently project. And
It's not.
historically,
See, this is the problem we are having right now. The people that has been playing this old politics, they don't believe in change. And what we are seeing right now is obvious change. A change is obviously taking place in Nigeria. People still choose to live in denial. They don't want to believe in
do you
change.
think that? Why do you think a change is happening?
Have you ever seen the kind of movement you are seeing right now in Nigeria during the electoral system, during the electoral period?
What movement? You mean the uptake in PVCs?
So you mean what you're saying right now is not a movement? Is that what you're trying to say?
Are you talking about the uptake in
The
PVCs?
crowd out there, the enthusiasm out there, the hope out there, people that have not voted for decades are coming out to obtain their PVC. Don't you think it's for something?
Well, yes, they're looking to affect the upcoming
So what are we
politics.
talking about? What are you talking about? We are talking about change. That change will not come.
Please, can I say something, please?
I don't know what change you're
Hold on,
imagining is
Godson.
coming. What change do you imagine is coming? There's no change coming.
That is okay. I respect
Hello,
your
ma'am.
opinion, but I want you to know that that is your own opinion. You think that change is not coming, but you cannot be more
Hello,
than
ma'am.
majority of. Excuse me, if you want to say something signify, I will come to you. If you don't believe that a change is coming, that is you. But let me tell you, you alone cannot be more than thousands of Nigeria out there that are believing on this new change that Nigeria is facing right now. But it still baffles me that you still choose to not to see the change that is coming. I don't understand it. It's not about which part or no which part, because I know that is where you go, saying that P2B cannot win or he will win. I'm not after that
No.
for
Peter
now.
Obi
I
knows he
am
cannot
just
win.
saying,
Peter
I
Obi
am just
knows.
telling you the atmosphere right now and what is happening in Nigeria right now. You cannot deny the fact that a change is taking place, whether we like it or not.
Well, yes, a change is taking place because, of course, Buhari's tenure is coming to an end and we will have a new government. So that's a change. But that change is not heading in any direction outside of the known. So it's not.
Okay, one man, somebody want to interject you. Mr.
Please.
Godson, you want to interject, right?
Yes. Thank you very much. Now, the thing about there are lots of people like that share the same opinion that one man has. You know, he has this opinion that it doesn't matter. They're already in their mind. They're already sure of where the result or what the result is going to be. They already think they know what the result is going to be. So trying to convince people that have the same mindset as one man is an absolute waste of time. It's an absolute waste of time because they have made up their mind that the election is going one way. Okay, it doesn't matter what is going out there. It doesn't matter what other Nigerians may say. If 1,000 Nigerians come and tell you that they're going to vote for P2B, he will tell you they're just lying. That when they get there, they will do what they're going to do. Because what he normally comes back to, he tends to always go back to asking you questions about, oh, are you saying the Yoruba land are going to vote for? He brings in the tribal sentiments into the
Mr.
argument.
Godson, do you have a question for him?
The question I want to ask, the question I would like to ask him is, what is it that will happen in Nigeria for you to actually accept? What is the one thing that will happen in Nigeria for you to accept that there is something different happening this time? Because I know you may say that it's because they want the people in the South are looking for a Southern president, but this is not the first time. We've had a Southern a president from the South before, and the uptake in PVCs were not
Can I
at
answer
this
your
rate.
question?
So my question to you is, what is the one thing that will happen that will convince you as a person that there's a change coming?
All right. Well, I don't need convincing that there's a change coming because I know there is a change coming. In fact, change has already happened. And the most significant change that has happened within the Nigerian political paradigm is entirely, completely down to Peter Obi. So we all have to thank Peter Obi for that. So the change that has happened is that Peter Obi has managed to move the Southeasterners from that agitation, secessionist mindset back into the mainstream Nigerian politics. So that is the one thing he has achieved. So he has managed to end
Please,
militancy.
can I cut you short, please?
Let me speak.
Why must you bring in the South? Why must you always go down to that?
You asked me a question
That's
and
what I
I'm
don't
answering.
understand. Why must you always become a kind of
Hold on,
a
Mr. Godson. Let
oh,
him
my
finish.
goodness.
One man, round up in 30 seconds.
I have
all right.
I have a question for one man, please.
Okay.
Direct question. I don't.
Okay, Mr. CM, ask your question. Let him answer together. If you are not speaking, mute yourself. Mute your mic,
I'll leave
please.
myself now.
My question to one man is this: on your program, you dedicated one time to debate. Let me give you the background. Then to debate to debate Deji Adeyonju's pathetic falsehood that P2B offered him money. He turned down the money. Said, "Get lost."
You've asked that question before.
I'm coming now. Now the question I want to ask you is: you come here to say yes, it's a lie. We have done it with. Have you convened another session to tell people again that thing you debated some time ago is a lie? Why I say this is that a newspaper will publish falsehood. When it gets to them, they retract it by publishing an apology on the same page where the thing was published. Have you done that?
All right.
That is called an
Sorry,
act of
if I can just
responsibility.
address it because I have to leave to go set up my.
Have you done that
Mr.
to
CM,
balance
ask him
it
the
up?
straight question. Let him answer you. You said you are going straight.
The straight question is.
You asked the question.
The straight question is: have
One man,
you
hold
had
on.
another
Can I
session?
also ask a
I'm
question?
coming. Have you had
Hold
another?
on, hold on,
You've
hold
asked
on.
that question
Hold
3
on.
times.
Have you had another session so that somebody can go to the
asked
archives
that
on
question
YouTube
3
after
times.
seeing the
No,
one
One
you
man,
delayed?
you can't be
Hold
talking on top of
Don't
him. He's
interrupt
talking to
me,
you.
please.
Hold on.
Okay, please.
Can
The
I
thing
also
is,
ask a question?
Mr. Charles, hold on.
when you go to when the person go to your show, you will see where you were debating.
Is it
where
a
you were
question
saying
or a
that
monologue?
Mr. CM, can you go straight to the question?
That is the question I'm trying to, so that I
So
clear
let
the
me
thing.
answer it. Let
So
me answer it.
have you had another
That's now
program
4 times. The same
where
thing.
you
You've
now
asked
have
the
to
question
debate
4
that?
times. You don't have to ask 4 times for me to
It
understand what you
doesn't
said.
mean you didn't understand. If you have done it, say
You
yes.
are
If you don't, you
asking
say no.
if I did another session to correct what you feel is an anomaly. So you've
It's not
asked that
feel.
question 4
You
times.
confirm this here that is wrong. It's a lie.
Can you
You don't. I feel. This
moderator,
is where you
please?
lie. Don't tell me lies, please.
Mr. CM, I think I don't really understand the question you are asking. You are explaining. I don't understand the question myself.
No, I ask him.
No,
The
I
question I'm
understand the
asking is.
question.
Please, can I?
No, one man, hold on. You can't be talking
No,
on top of
listen.
him. Hold
For
on.
the last time,
Mr. Charles, mute yourself, please.
He used a session
I will come back
to
to you.
propagate. He used a session of this thing to propagate Deji Adeyonju's lies, which he agreed that it was a lie. It's not
a lie.
That P2B offered Deji Adeyonju
Sorry,
money.
can I just address it, or do you just want to have a monologue and everything?
You know what, Mr. CM, hold on. This issue was clear that day. I told you I don't want to dwell much on this. As a matter of fact, the Deji came up with something else today, which one man also air on his show today. I don't want to go into that Deji's issue because I want to stick to the topic of today. So I'm going off that page right now. I have more people joining me. I can see Mr. Kalu. Thanks for joining. Reverend Newman, thanks for joining. Mr. Kayode, thanks for joining. Mr. Tiobala, I see you. Thanks for joining. Now, I will be going to.
Can you hear me? Please,
yes, Mr. Evans.
Sorry. Thank you very much for addressing the Irons word. We shouldn't go there. We shouldn't be distracted from the original topic here. And I want to talk to Mr. Ogbede. Mr. Ogbede, you've been on the backstage now. We cannot argue because you have not connected your device. Mr. Ogbede, please sort out your device, turn your device on. press your mic and camera, or rather, don't press your camera if you don't want us to see you, but your mic. If you don't turn it on in the next 1 minute, I don't have no choice. Then I have no choice than to remove you so that someone else can take your position because you're occupying that space right now. All right. Please, Mr. Ogbede, I'm calling you for the third time. Thank you very much. And the Irons War, thank you very much. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Elvis, for coming in. Before I go on, I want to appreciate the people in the comment section. You people are doing fantastically well. Please continue to share, hit the like button, and share for people to know that we're here. You can also support the platform by using the $ to make a super chat. Thank you so much for staying with us. And now I will be going to, yes, 3 new panelists are here, or 4 panelists. I'll be going to Tiobala. Tiobala, can you hear me?
Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome. So have you been following the conversation?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so can you make your contribution? What's your take on what we have been talking? What can you say about the meeting Obiho with Wike today?
Okay, regarding that meeting with Yeson Wike, I think these are political error, and they are trying to do 1 or 2. And before I say that, I really want some people that are still sleeping to wake up, who believe that the people in the SAC collective BVC are doing it because of Tinubu, a bully over, SARS killer. It's not their turn. That's just for that. Regarding that meeting with Yeson Wike, I think these are political permutation or strategy they are trying to play. We don't know what is going on because it's an indoor meeting. So all I believe is that Wike will not leave PDP. I'm 100% sure of that. Wike will not leave PDP.
God.
And
Mr. Gosson, can you mute yourself? The noise on your background is interrupting the broadcast. Mute yourself, Mr. Gosson. Thank you.
He has done that already. And I believe if anything will happen, he might walk underground. That's what I believe with that meeting. So for the other aspect regarding people collecting PVC, the atmosphere as we speak right now is something different. Like I saw a video today, people in my own village, like holding a meeting, speaking their local language, telling the people, people, elderly, converging a very huge people together, telling them this is not about APC, this is not about PDP, that they are now voting Peter Obi. All the APC and PDP gather together, making a decision. Because when they say there is no structure, meanwhile, there is no Labour Party there. All of them have realized. That is why when I see some people still sleeping because they own a platform where they do tribalism, they don't want people to really understand what is going on. And it's so shocking that these same people who are using their platform to promote tribalism, I see have not been able to watch Obaseki video, or how will I put it, clip, on how he complained about how people are being obedient in Edo State.
Mr. Tiobala, they have watched the video. It's just that they still believe that it's issue of South, and Southeast. That was the response to that video.
Yes, they are still sleeping. The truth of the matter is that they are using natural permutation, the traditional way of people voting, to do their permutation there. And that they are sleeping, I will advise them to wake up, because even me myself, I never believe the stage we are right now, when we get to this stage. I'm not be sincere with you. I thought maybe it will diminish or something else, but every day we keep getting different momentum. You see, Nigerian people, they are tired of the situation they find themselves, so they cannot afford to miss this opportunity. The reason being that if you see, and I want to use this opportunity to talk to the international body, for them to know that Nigerian politicians, or some persons in Nigeria political space, we still have good people. Imagine a person of Peter Obi. The APC and PDP are looking for a way to bring this guy down. Nothing yet. I just want to use this medium to really commend Nigerians, who are also doing good in their own place. Please keep it up. Remember, whatever things you do today will definitely speak for you tomorrow. So I believe that the change that is coming, we cannot even explain it. That's just all I can say, you know.
Thank you, Mr. Tiobala. It's really good having you this evening. You always believe we can, and that is the spirit we have here. We can do it. Thank you so much. Now, I will be going to Mr. CM. Mr. CM, make your contribution and be brief about it. As you can see, new people are joining us so that the time can go around.
Thank you ever so much. I don't know, Iris World. Niger Watch is my platform. There's no doubt about that. No matter what somebody comes here to fabricate lies or to poison our mind, it won't work. If you do not believe, when people go to, I mean, I've had it all over today. People go to where they're taking PVC. All you hear is P2B. Yet somebody will be telling you, oh no, P2B, that is just a bounce. It's not working. Even a sitting governor, I said it before, with all the intelligence at his disposal, he's jokingly telling people, don't you hear obedient in your house? Don't you have at least one obedient in your house? You see, people can be delusional as much as they want. I keep saying it here that the celebrated French novelist and poet said, there is one thing that is stronger than all the armies of this world put together. That is an idea whose time has come. The mistake people often make is that they will leave after seeing P2B, who has the power of personal example, because they've investigated all Obi is saying, and he is the only person talking about them. You now tell me that they will go to somebody who is using bullion van. I know some platform like Tiobala said are paid. They have their machine, well-oiled machine, to be spreading lies. All they do is they leave their platform, come to another platform, spray one lie, and then disappear again. You won't see them. The next tomorrow they will come. This is my platform. I belong here. So what we are saying is that no amount of blackmail, no amount of falsehood or twisting the facts, the evidence is on the ground. If you go everywhere, people will tell you they are getting PVC only because of one man, P2B. That is one thing. And then people should forget that when they now say, when P2B talks, they say, oh, it's only for Southeast or some. We say South. In Lagos, everywhere, across the Middle Belt, in the North, everybody wants P2B. So if somebody is using one platform to propagate hate and then start to circulate fake news, well, it's up to the person. But as far as we know, all we are praying, our prayer is that the hour of liberation for an average Nigerian unemployed graduate has come. They know exactly where they are going. So somebody come and say something today and deny it tomorrow, or start to, to dredge up. Buhari asks the world to ban IPOB, to do this, do all those ones are just fake rumor. What happened at your war? The people that killed those people at your war, has they been banned? Are they not the real terrorists? So that's what we are saying. I want to urge everybody to be on the guard. There are a lot of rumors. P2B is an excellent candidate, I must say it. So people are now using any pull him down, PhD, whatever lies they feel they can concoct, they're using to pull him down. If care is not taken, they will tell you, P2B has paid Obaseki to be saying what he's saying. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. CM, for always dishing out your positive and transmitting positive energy to the people. We thank you so much for joining today. Now, if you're not speaking, please mute your mic. I will be going to Mr. Kayode. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you, ma'am.
Yeah, Mr. Kayode, thanks for joining the program this evening. We thank you for coming. And I don't know if you have been following the conversation.
Yes, I do.
Okay, so what is your take about the meeting Wike have with Governor P2B, ex-Governor P2B today, and what do you think is going on there?
Honestly, I'm very happy that I was able to join live. I love this program. I think I always watch sometimes when I'm free, and I like the way you organize this platform.
Thank you so much.
Yes, I love the way you organize it. You make sure you arrange it very well, like telling them no abusive words, and it's very good of you. That's a good job from you. I really saw what goes on in the River State. that the Peter Obi went to River State to meet Gov Wike. I say it's a good development. So whatever they come with, personally, I don't expect or believe Wike to support the PDP. That's a fact of the matter. Because to me, there's nothing for him to support them. But that's apart. And for what is going on now, I'm really happy that most of us are very, very educated, and we should need to be sincere with ourselves. Something is going on here, and I'll just advise us to let us put ethnicity aside, even though it's Tinubu, Obi, Northerners, whatever. Let's try and educate people. I'm trying to I've seen people. I wanted to contribute to the one-man show before, because I wanted to tell him it's an anchor of the program. Don't put words into people's mouth. You just try to be independent. Let people discuss whatever their feels are. But I was not able to get into him. But now I saw the way you do. You try to let people feel their own views. I just want to say the truth. The first thing that is happening now is a good trend. Obedience, whatever they call it, is a good trend. That's a very good awakening. I love my people from South, from Southeast for the first time. I have been saying this quite a while and people don't understand. Even my Yoruba people don't understand me. I said the only way we can take this power from those, our rulers, they're not even politicians, is by participating in the election. And I thank God that now we have seen that's the only way we can do it. But the only thing I'm just curious about the way we are going on now is like I really wanted to be to win. To God who made me. I've never loved. I'm a Lagosian. I'm from Ekpe. I've never loved APC. I've never loved PDP. I've never loved Tinubu. I want you to get this point. I've never loved him. I've never loved his way he's politicking. But the truth must be told. I don't like him. I don't want him to win. I don't want Atiku. I'll never vote PDP in my life because I don't like that party. But people need to realize one thing. It's like when Peter Obi was in PDP, understand? Nobody hated him as at that time. It is now when he left PDP that is in Labour Party that they now saw something wrong in PDP. That's one problem I have. Another thing we are clamoring for Obi, we have a mistake that we are still trying to understand. How many governors will Obi win in Labour's party? We always clamoring for Obi. We don't think about the senators that he's going to work with. How many senators can he brought to the group? Will all the Southeast vote for Labour Party as their senators? How many other assembly members will he have? How many governors will he have?
Mr. Kayode, I have a question for you. Knowing the way our political system, knowing the way our politicians play their political system, migrating here and there, don't you think, because right now I think I had an information today that one senator from PDP just became to Labour Party. Don't you think that immediately they land at P2B, they are actually seeing the green light at the end of the tunnel? Don't you think we'll start seeing them flying here and there, migrating just as they have always been doing?
My uncle, that's my prayer. That's what I want. Don't let us deceive ourselves. PDP and APC is cankerworm in Nigerian politics. If you two parties, I will always say it. I will never, even my dead body will never vote for those two parties, whoever they bring. That's what I'm saying. Because if they bring a saint to that two parties, they will corrupt them. Because they are just moving here and there. All the thieves in PDP, they are now in APC. All the thieves in APC, they still run back to the PDP and they will embrace themselves. You are right. That's what we are praying for. That's why you have to say we start from the grassroots. Don't let us only say Peter Obi, we are voting for. Let's bring people out too. Let's Labour Party bring people out let's support their governors. Let's support the House of Assembly. Let's support their senators. Because these two parties are counter to Nigerian politics. They never let us go their president back. I love the way we are doing it. I just want to let all
Mr. Kayode, we are losing you. We are losing you. You are not audible anymore. Your connection is getting bad. Can you hear me? But you are not audible. You are very far. Your voice is far. A little bit.
Wow. Why is that big? Maybe
Where are
because
you calling from? Are you joining from Nigeria?
no, I mean US, Houston, Texas.
Ah, okay, it's better now. It's better now.
Okay,
Just
maybe.
round up. Just round up in 1 minute.
So okay, I'll run up earlier than that. What I'm just trying to let you understand is like whoever come with the criticism, this is called politics. Understand? Let's just don't say this guy is Yoruba, Tinubu is bad. Yes, we know they are bad, but let's promote our candidates. I love Obi. I want Obi to be there. Let's try and let those people that are closer to them.
The last question before I let you go. You
Okay.
that is a Yoruba man. We are not trying to sound tribal, but we know that all of us have our identity in Nigeria. There,
No, I'm
you
not
coming
tribal.
from the Yoruba aspect of it. What strategy can you give us? Knowing what can you tell us about the Jagaban of Lagos, and what do you think he can manipulate during this? Where do you think the Obi supporter can be at alert on which area?
Okay, that's okay. You are the question you ask is the best question you need to ask, and I'll be honest with you. Wherever the Obi supporters to go, but all the local governments, not just the what we are saying. Like the guy said earlier, I was listening to him. That concert they're doing at TBS. Obi should be at every grassroots, every local government. That's where the corruptions come from. That's where the votes are being stealing. In each every ward, in each every local government. Understand? This campaign should go down. Understand? Tell your people in the local government to start campaigning for Obi. In the world, they start campaigning for Obi. They should start doing that works on the ground. That's where we can reach there. These people they've invested so much in this politics. They've corrupted down to the level. Please, I just advise every one of us, don't let us fight each other. We are the same thing. We love Nigeria. We want Nigeria to be great. We want Nigeria to be better. We are tired of working 3 months, 5 jobs in a foreign country. Please just tell my people, whoever comes on this platform, the only thing we needed to do is just to more encourage people so that we can support this thing. I'm not tribalism. My best friends are from the eastern part of the country. We've been together for the past 35 years. I would never be tribal in my life. So thank you for giving the opportunity, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are so glad to have you this evening, and your contribution was very fruitful. We thank you so much. Now we'll be going to Mr. Kalu. Mr. Kalu, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, good evening. Thanks for joining the broadcast. Where are you joining from?
Oh, I'm joining from UX, New York City.
Okay, you're welcome. Have you been following the conversation?
Yes.
So just make a contribution and tell us what you think about the two issues we are deliberating this evening: the meeting between Obi and Wike, and the proscribing of the IPOB that Buhari is calling on the international body.
Okay. All I have to make it brief so that I can give others room to say their own contribution. Obi meeting Wike is a good one and is a nice move. But like what others have been saying, Wike can never join Peter Obi. You know, this is a closed meeting, and these are politicians. For me, I don't think Obi meeting Wike is for him to join him or to be the second man, so to speak. But I strongly believe simply because Wike is more closer to the east, he have one or the other way in order to bring more people to support him. But for him joining Labour Party, I don't see it working. But I strongly believe, and I believe Obi is going to win. Not because I'm from East. I've never voted in my life. I don't even know how they vote in Nigeria, even while I was in Nigeria. Because at the end of the day, people already know, oh, this party are going to win. Like what is going on now? Tinubu, everybody is shouting Tinubu like APC now. So at the end of the day, you just discover there's no need of all this election. But now they have discovered this time around that youth, everybody is serious about 2023 election. Everybody has wake up. Nobody is talking about is Yoruba, is Igbo, is Hausa. So, but I believe the only way we can achieve this, everybody is doing fine. Both people in Nigeria, outside, everybody is contributing. We're trying to make Nigeria to change. Because if Nigeria change, the burden will be lesser for me. Like what Kayode said, we know how we send money, to help people there. Most time graduates, family man or woman, but if things are going well, it will reduce doing 1, 2, 3 job in a day. Most time you just like sleep like 4 hours in 24 hours, which is not good. So I think the only way we can achieve this, because as long as I'm concerned, if we can let America, both people in Nigeria and here, if there is a platform that we can set up to let America to know, because as long as I'm concerned, if they manipulate this election, if America support them, if British support them, that is final. You cannot take them to anywhere, because these are the people ruling. These are the people really ruling us. As long as I'm concerned. So we have to, after doing the local assignments, we still have a lot of assignments to do internationally for them to know that we are tired. Because I believe that all these politicians, they know everything. They are seeing everything that is going on. And they are reporting back to those people who are using us as a slave.
What do you think? What do you think we can do to make all these things better? What do you think? What do you think we can do strategically right now as things are going?
That is what I'm saying. If that spirit, like all this Yoruba nation, Igbo, because these are the only two people that I know. Because the way Nigeria is going, as long as I'm concerned, Igbo, Yoruba, they are not happy. I'm part of Hausa. If that spirit of protesting like IPOB, like Yoruba nation, if we can bring in that spirit at this stage, both local and internationally, they will not do anything. Whoever we choose, whoever we want, is going to be on that seat. He's going to be on that seat. We have to let them know. So that is my own contribution. For Tinubu, is old. I don't know why so many people are not seeing it. He has money, he has everything, he has ruled Lagos State. He's the one in charge of Lagos State and some other states. He chooses who will be the governor.
All right.
So my own contribution is that we should, like what you are doing now, you are doing great, and I'm in support of that. We should go to extra length when it comes to internationally to let people know. If we can host this kind of meeting and let foreign people to join us, before you know, everybody will start feeling our pains more and more, because it's not a matter of Igbo or Igbo anymore, Yoruba anymore. Everybody has come together. Let's fight this fight and get a good result. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Kalu. Just like what you said, if people can come around, we have been here for more than 4 hours now. In the beginning of the program, the CEO of this channel brought in. Sorry, the beginning of this program, the CEO brought in a certain organization from Nigeria that took it upon themselves to work for this movement. I think the name of the organization is Take It Niger or something like that. So they have come to the platform to tell us what they are doing. Take Back Niger, sorry. The name of the organization is Take Back Niger. So they plead for our support, the diasporans or the people at home that have not heard of them. They pleaded for our support. So our support will go a long way for them. They have spread all over the 36 states in Nigeria. They are doing what they can, encouraging people to get their PVC, trying to do what they can, and they are very much at alert to make sure this movement goes successfully. So if any of you have anything that you can support them with, it's a welcome development for them. We in diaspora, I think, since we are not on grant, the only support we can give them is this we are doing on air, and our financial support will also go a long way. So that being said, let me go to Reverend Newman. Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
thanks for joining. And I don't know if you have been following the conversation. Have you been following us?
Yes, ma'am, but I actually saw it on my TV, then I make the call on the phone right now. I'm calling from Houston, Texas.
All right, thanks for joining. Can you just tell us, make your contribution? And after this, Mr. Niger Watch, I don't know if you can call me because many people are asking to phone in. So let's take Mr. Newman. Then,
Yes, no, I'm here.
if you are available, then you take some calls. Mr. Newman, you can make your contribution.
Yes, my contribution is I don't want nobody to be angry or react with anger if there is an opposition to our opinion. One thing is let us not expect too much. We're gonna be hopeful and work and then reduce our expectation. There's gonna be change, but change is not easy. The hold in Nigeria by these recycling politicians, if you pay attention, is the same people from early 70s that are still in government. Some are military and they turn into civilian and they hand over to each other. It's the same generation. So to grab Nigeria from their hand, we take more than what is going on now. But what is going on now should be encouraged. So if somebody come to the platform and have a contrary opinion, don't let the emotions run high. So having said that, I will start with the IPOB. It is a IPOB pro. What Buhari said is a political move because the movement is tilting towards Obi, right? And the only way to destabilize a stronghold is to destabilize Southeast. And asking America and Britain to see IPOB as a terrorist organization, they have declared them terrorist organization for years now, but these guys are not buying it. So he's re-emphasizing it because there might be a move against them in the near future to disrupt that area. That's one. And then about the visit of Obi to Wike, it's a political move, and I encourage that. He will be talking to, the consultation are going on with the likes of Yahya Bello and all those that feel that they have been disfranchised in their parties. So the machinery of the parties are talking to NPP. So the consultation goes on. We cannot conclude on the outcome because we still have, I believe, around 7 to 8 months to play out. So concerning, there was a question you asked about how do P2B or Labour Party penetrate Lagos. Lagos and the Southwest is in the pocket of the flag bearer of APC. If you remember when he was governor.
Yeah, excuse me, Reverend Newman, not really Lagos, because with what some of these Southwest people are talking about, when you're talking about the Southwest, they know that Lagos is, of course, definitely is not for a particular. Lagos is mixed up. We know how many the population of other tribe that we have in Lagos. I mean, anybody that is conversant with the Southwest, we are talking about those they are called Southwest states like Ibadan, Ekiti, all those Ogun states, and all the rest of all those areas.
Yes,
they are very confident in those areas. just like the way the northern are, like in those their northern states. So I am really, that is the area I am thinking, if anybody that is conversant with those areas, because most people that come to this platform are mainly conversant with Lagos,
Yes,
you know.
I know.
So
My point is, if you watch the politics and the voting pattern of the Southwest, whoever controls Lagos controls the rest of Southwest. So that's my point. And the Tinubu have a stronghold. I'm building up a point. I will do that real quickly. When Tinubu was governor, remember all the allies were given uniform. And those street force are still working for him. So the only way to penetrate this now is the movement that is building up. We start building volunteers, because on the D-Day, you need to have somebody in those thousands of polling stations to represent. If you look at the last election, the state governor election, people were taking pictures of where you vote. So when they take the picture of where you vote, then you go and collect money. But you need somebody there who is not going to be fighting to take or video those actions, because I know that the result of this election will be contested at the courts. But if we have volunteers, because when Obama came up, nobody knew him so much. Okay, but he took a ground leg work of his volunteers, young people, and they were everywhere, knocking at the doors. Like somebody said, there have to be a boot on the ground, no matter the frenzy. So I pray that we will understand that the frenzy have to aggregate into volunteers who will be volunteering for Labour Party if we really want to achieve this. Every Nigerian is tired. You know, when we talk about ethnicity doesn't work no more. The people that are most killed in this circumstance are the Northerners. Northerners are tired too. The Yorubas are tired. Poverty is everywhere. So anybody playing the ethnic card is losing it because it's not working. Okay, like what you say you heard, that's true. Okay, nobody should be afraid. If he can get one senator today, it was Owerri East, the Owerri East senator, he defected to Labour Party. Once Labour Party started to gather momentum, you will see deflections, because it's nothing. It's nothing to Nigerian politicians. They go to the winning part. So let that one, don't worry, nobody. If by the grace of God Obi wins, you will see a whole state can defect, like Kwakwanzo in his state, in Kano. Out of the 17 House of Assembly, 16 defected to his party. So that's not a problem. So what I'm saying is to encourage people to have hope, to have lesser expectation, but hope that is possible, is doable, and then to build up volunteers, boots on the ground that will be
thank
at
you.
polling station on the D-Day. You know, but all these things are taking place. It's not a day job. It's not going to happen one day. But what you're doing here, I appreciate it so much.
Thank
If
you so
a
much.
way we can support financially or anything, I am in for it. But it's platforms like this and platform over there and over there building up this momentum, and the platforms now will aggregate to real volunteers, boot on the ground, knocking on the door, passing leaflets. That is how elections are won anywhere in the world. And then finally, the good thing now is results can be transmitted electronically. So if you are able to be there, they make sure somebody's wearing a vest for Labour Party on there. It can reduce the manipulators of buying votes. I saw last night bags of flour being produced with the face of Tinubu in the bag. That's the kind of politics he plays. He buys it in the open. And because he have the government in his pocket, nobody says nothing about it. Like when dollars in tens of thousands are flying, EFCC will not say they don't know. But because he have the government of the day in his pocket. So that's why I'm saying the movement have to go beyond the frenzy of registration. People have to volunteer and commit that they will be put on the ground to make sure that the vote buying that is ongoing is cut short or captured as an evidence.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Yeah, before I go on, I want to thank Miss or Mrs. Omoye for the support chat. We appreciate your support. You have been so supportive in the comment section, and you have supported again with the super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you. We appreciate you. Now we go. Mr. Elvis, is there anybody calling? Okay, Mr. Elvis is not there. So let's go straight to Mr. Goodluck. Are you there?
Good evening, ma.
Yeah, before I go to you, just hold on. Mr. Insibidi, I see you. You're welcome to the house. I will come back to you right after Mr. Goodluck. Thanks for joining us. Mr. Goodluck, you're welcome. Make your contribution. I hope you have been following the discussion.
Yes, I've been following quite all right. Thank you so very much for giving me this opportunity. And I want to say well done to all the fans in the house. God bless you all for this wonderful job. I'm talking to you from Nigeria right now, from Lagos, Nigeria.
Oh, you're welcome. It's always a pleasure to have somebody on ground talking to us. So I think you're going to give us more light on what is actually happening on ground. Though our CEO is recently there right now, but I think we would also like to hear another version of what is actually happening there at home, because in this platform, majority are actually diasporans. So we love to know what is going on. So make a contribution.
Yeah, thank you so very much. Sincerely speaking, 3 days ago, I noticed that there are some group of people in Kenya along Expressway who are with their T-shirts, Peter Obi and Labour Party logo, saying vote for Peter Obi. Massive youth moving along Ikeja Expressway. And I want to say that is a good move as well. And that's a good strategy to bring back Nigeria from those old cargos people. And secondly, I was in the market today because I'm a trader. I sell one of the biggest market in the Lagos State. And I was able to talk to one Fulani man who is also a trader as well. And this Fulani man happened to be one of the victims who just kidnapped her sister. And they was able to release her, I think, with some of 800,000 a few days ago. Few days ago, if I'm not wrong. And this man said, the thing that is paining him on his heart is that upon all those killing, kidnapping, and all, that his own father, he called Buhari his own father, the man was not able to speak anything or say anything. He said he did not even know the right person to vote for now if he's going to vote. I was trying to convince him, sir, the right person we have to vote for is Peter Obi. He said, who is Peter Obi? I said, you don't know Peter Obi? I said, just a party that you have to know. It's a Labour Party. He said, okay, he would try to encourage other people. So what am I trying to say here is this. If anybody is coming to this platform to turn down an idea, you don't have to turn the person down. No. This is politics for you. There are people who have the same different mindset from yours. And one thing is this. If only we can have youth all over the 36 states putting on that same uniform, doing rally in the major express road, saying vote Peter Obi, ma, believe me or not, Peter Obi is going to carry the day. Peter Obi is going to carry the day.
Are you there, Mr. Goodluck?
Yes, I'm here, man.
Okay. So the atmosphere in Lagos right now is all about Peter Obi, right?
Okay, let me give you on that scenario. A few days ago, there's no fuel in Lagos State. All the fuel stations in Lagos State were like the price they are selling now is no longer favorable to them. So I need to leave my local government to move to another local government to go and get fuel yesterday. I was in the first station and we were just trying to talk about politics. I'm like, we're tired of those old people. We're tired of PDP. We're tired of APC. Not even this man that is cannot even able to control his, will I call it sickness now, or his old age that is coming to say they want to become our president. And I said to that fellow, I said, if this man eventually become president, you standing here now, you'll be paying tax. He said, that is that is going to happen. I said, thank God, you know that. I said, the only thing we can do now, since you have your PVC, let's go and vote Peter Obi. The man said, will Peter Obi win? I said, that is not the question you have to ask me. Let's go and vote Peter Obi, the one who has the idea to change Nigeria. I said, watch this very man statement. He has the feeling to change Nigeria. I watched one of Peter Obi, would I call it a playlet now? A phone fell down from a lady. This man was about to help the lady pick up the phone. What a humble man. Rich as it is. All of that man that is speaking that it is my turn. What is it? Does Nigeria belongs to him? Man, please, I don't know what we can do. But one thing I'm saying about this, if Peter Obi can go to, what is it called now? This Showore. So we were to turn his idea to Peter Obi. And what this other person, Sunday Igboro. Sunday Igboro has the heart of the Yoruba people in his heart. When Sunday Igboro speak anything in concerning Yoruba, they will all obey him because that man has the heart of the youth in his hand. Then if he really can go to Sunday Igboro should campaign for him. Showore should campaign for him. And these three people, they should campaign for him. Man, believe me or not, Tinubu is going to look for someone to hide his head that very day. Those two people are just mentioned to if he can just work with those people, that they should campaign for him. Believe me or not, INEC we even give up that okay. Peter Obi has already won the election because those people, they had the heart of Lagos in their hand. Showore and Igboro, those two guys.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate your suggestion and your contribution. Right now,
Aloma,
right now, who is that?
Kayode. I just want to chip in something, just an advice.
Okay.
Hello, madam. I love the way things was going on, like I said earlier on. Please, let us be brandishing all those bad politicians, not only Tinubu. Atiku is not an exception. He stole our money.
Yeah.
So don't let people see it as if Tinubu only. We don't
No,
want all those
of
politicians.
course, if you have been following this platform,
Uh-huh.
you will know that in this platform, anything that has to do with APC and PDP is
Yes,
completely out
let's
of it.
condemn them both. Atiku, don't let's say Tinubu is shivering, Tinubu age. Atiku
It's
too, we don't
out
want
of
them.
it. We don't support these two parties here
Yeah, we
and
don't
any
support this
candidate
party.
that
Yes.
is of their part. So
Thank you.
we don't support them here. We don't accept, they are unacceptable in this platform. Thank you
Thank
so
you so
much.
very much.
So now
Thank you
we'll
so
go
very much.
to, thank you so much, Mr. Goodluck. We appreciate your contribution and every strategy, the strategies group of P2B that are watching us from any group at all, diaspora, on ground, they are listening to advice being dished out from this platform. I think they are penciling down everything and they will get to work and they are working hard. They are working so hard. Trust me, they are working. Thank you so much. Mr.
Thank you so
Insibidi,
very much.
good to have you here today. And in fact, I am so delighted to introduce you to the house. Can we
Yeah,
hear your contribution?
yes, thank you so much. It's a very, it's undoubtedly a very impactful and, you know, um, important platform. Yeah, so I just want to say that, I keep on hearing some of the things that some people keep repeating, like, somebody controls the South, and I think it's a little bit ingenious to keep on saying that because even if you go back to 20, even when the Southwest largely supported Buhari, we saw that Atiku had reasonable um, amounts of votes from the Southwest. So how much more someone like Peter Obi? So I feel like even Peter Obi will get, and this, Peter Obi will get quite a number of votes in the Southwest, and he might not win. He might not win it he might not win the majority of the votes in the Southwest, maybe, depending on how things will turn out. Because to be honest, I also feel like it's a bit too early to call that the Southwest will not go, Peter Obi will not win the Southwest. But as it is right now, I feel like he might not get the majority of the vote, but he's going to get a reasonable number of votes in the Southwest. And I feel like we should we should not forget that one of the strengths of this Peter Obi campaign is the willingness of his supporters. It's not people that need some extra stimulant for them to be encouraged to support him. These are people that are conscious voters that know that they want change, and sometimes we easily forget that and group them and group his supporters among the people that need money to motivate them to vote for people. So we should not forget that we are for him to have even gotten to this place that he is right now is because of those um, conscious, determined supporters. They are conscious and they are determined, and that is why, and that is the biggest struggle. That is his own strength. You see, we must also not look at it this way, that these people that he must play the same politics these other people are playing. Yes, I agree that there needs to be more sensitization, like the brother that just spoke said. We need to, people that were putting on, the t-shirts and all that. Those things are good. We need that. We need more of it. And I think we should not ever believe that social media is not making a massive impact. Because if it's not, these people will not be telling us that it's, they won't be saying it the way they're saying. For them to be telling you that social media, it's disturbing them. It is disturbing. Don't believe the lies. We need more and more, you know, social media presence. It's very important because anybody, there are many people that the world we live in right now, the world, people are advancing. I mean, the systems of the world is changing every day. A lot of people might not always be out there where people can talk to them, but with their phones, with their TV, whatever, somehow, even their kids, their children, their children that will
In
see.
CBD, sorry for coming into your space. What do you
Yeah.
think about the meeting between Wike and Obi today?
Oh yeah. Oh, okay. The meeting between Wiki and Obi, if I'm being honest, the way I feel about the meeting is, if you notice, Wiki has not spoken anything since they announced the COA. In public at least, he has not like made a serious public statement. Even since he lost the presidential primaries, you see, he has gone like under the radar. In terms of this political campaign and everything. But you see, I feel like what he's doing there is trying to probably understand the mentality and I think the real intent and purpose of Peter Obi. That's just my own understanding of the whole thing. And I think it's also, we cannot easily say right now that probably he wants to join his camp or anything. Maybe they are just discussing some other things that for someone like Wiki to move to the Labour Party and all that, he has to first try to, he's a man that is like that likes being a major player. He's not someone that will just you just hear that he has moved to Labour Party and will become just another member. Probably wants to really understand, the what is on ground and everything. Because I'm telling you, it's not impossible for him to move to Labour Party. It's not impossible. That's one thing we need to understand. And he said it clearly. In fact, I was starting to doubt his personality, but since now he hasn't, publicly, since he's still on the side of a southern person somehow, I feel like it's kind of making me have a little bit more um, belief, just a little, in him because he said it clearly that he's not going for vice presidential ticket. So I was surprised even when they were saying that they submitted his name. When he was running, he said he's running for president, that he's not interested in the vice president position. So I feel like someone that wants to understand the structure of labor, and probably they are trying to discuss one or two things, not necessarily about coming out to support Peter Obi, but maybe he wants to decamp. That's how I see it. Maybe he wants to decamp.
Okay, do you think the proscribing of IPOB that Buhari is shouting of, do you think is a political issue, or it's just some people said he have hatred for the Eastern people and all that for the past election that they did not voted for him, that he's still without grudges. Do you think it's about grudges or it's about political issues?
Yeah, there are two ways I understand that it can be any of these two, in my opinion. Number one is he might be looking at his administration is coming to an end, and probably he knows that there might be some some post presidential kind of maybe lawsuits or whatever. So I think he might want to um, uh, just make sure that he make that he kind of tarnish the image of that organization in the face of these world players like America, UK. If you notice, going for US and UK because those are the most important parts of the world politics. So he might be doing that because so that they will be discredited somehow, so that there will be no after effect on him. And another way is he might he might just be supporting Peter Obi on the, without saying. Maybe he wants to make sure that people wants to scare people that are still affiliating themselves with the organization. Maybe they can all come out and join the moving train. So it can be any of the both, but I feel like the first one makes more sense a little bit. He might just be trying to um, kind of damage the reputation of IPOB in the in the face of the international community, just in case of any backlash or any after
Thank you.
effect.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. In CBD. I can see more people joining, but we're rounding up right now. When
Okay.
we are rounding up, anybody joining, you don't have much time to talk. I'm going
Just
to be
1 minute.
giving. I'm going
Just
to be giving. Mr. Avis, do you want to take call, or should I give the last
no.
panelist?
No, we can't take. I can't take any calls tonight.
Okay.
Anybody that's just joining right now, give them 1 or 2 minutes so that we can round up. And before that, for those of you watching us right now, before you leave, we have a dollar sign there. Please support this channel. We've been on air now for the past 5 hours. And it cost us a lot to do this streaming from Nigeria. You know what that means. It's not cheap. If it was from UK right now, yeah, we understand. So use the dollar sign to support us. And I can see those of you that have supported us. I want to say we are grateful. I can see Stephen and Nene. Thank you very much for choosing to be a part of the members of this channel. I really appreciate you so much. I also appreciate Omo Yes Corner. Thank you very much for the $20 that you gave to us. I would really appreciate this money. We go a long way. We have staffs that we're paying every month. It doesn't matter if it's $1. At least if we are seeing that on the comment section, it puts a lot of smiles on our faces. Let's join head together to do all this together. Thank you, my people. Over to you, the Aaron's Ward. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Give opportunity for those that have not contributed 1 minute so that we can round up now.
All right, thank you, Mr. Ivis, for the intervention. Think we have Comrade Chidi and Midwest Republic. Midwest Republic, thanks for joining us this evening. Let me go to Comrade Chidi first, then I will come back to you. Comrade Chidi, you have 2 minutes to add your contribution. I noticed you contributed earlier. Just try and make it brief. Thank you.
All right. I don't think there's nothing much. I've been in the background listening to all the commentators. So still, uh, everything has not changed. So it's still the same thing that we've been talking about. But not much. Um, let me say this. Because I've not said anything about the weekend's visit to. I've seen a lot of people saying one is that, of course, the only thing I know is it is a political movement, but there's no yardstick, parameter, metrics to measure what that was being deliberated. All we know is it's a political move. But maybe let me just put a reminder. Upon his loss at the APC primary, he made a very, he made a very, a specific statement, and he said, I can't quote him vividly, but what he was saying in essence is that he was fused about how he was as mastered it because he thought the delegate were on his side, and eventually he lost. And I read it on one of the national daily, what was accredited to him, and he said it's either he support to be or I didn't understand the other one. So we already know Wike has made his position. You understand? Because he knew he doesn't have it again. But I think the only thing that is still holding Wike back is, you remember, prior to that primary, before they hold that primary, he mounted the podium and made a categorical statement. He said anybody that won this primary, that he's going to support him. And I want to believe he braggadociously made that statement because he was believing all the permutation was working for him. He didn't knew that he never anticipated that reverse was going to be the case. So, like somebody like me now, with the metrics with what I know today, I know that Wike's morale about PDP is already down. And politically, if he doesn't get it right now, is tantamount equivalent to catastrophic and total paralysis. Because where is he going to go? So he was more like a drowning man. So any opportunity he sees now, he's not going to talk with you. And what I'm seeing now, forget about those because see, they are not fools, they know. They also they're also making their own calculations. They understand this thing. So Wike might eventually collapse his tentacle to P2B. It might be, it can, and with what I know today, I know because I was reading something online. The one northern person, he was saying that they should forget about that thing. That a lot of people, though they are wearing the face of APC and PDP, what is happening today? A lot of people are working for OB underground. And did you hear about in Imo, PDP and APC? They are collapsing their structure for OB. So the thing is just massive. So what I'm going to say is that what we are doing, and at least this is just a little avenue, we on this other divide, that we can leverage on to disseminate our conscientization. So Nigerians should read in between the line and, of course, put an end to this lacuna. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Mr. Midwest, can you hear me? Just make a contribution, 2 minutes, please. Make it brief. We're closing.
Thank you very much. And my fellow panelists and viewers and listeners. I would like to talk about, proscribing IPOB as a terrorist. The thing is this, I'm not in support of IPOB. Most of their approach is not encouraging from my own personal perspective, so it's not something that is good at all. But when you look at the general problem we are facing in Nigeria, the other day, 70 people died in a church, and they said it's so and so group. But most of this group, you don't want to, for years, you have been protecting them. Even the one that the Nigerian army have catch up for so long, you release all of them to the society, and we cannot even trace their whereabouts. And now you want IPOB to be called a terrorist. The problem is that everything is just politics to these people. So whether the thing is good, is bad, they just look for a way, they just come in with political thinking in a way to favor them. Why are you going to declare these people you want America? What they don't really understand is that our leaders are very ignorant of one thing. American embassy in Nigeria knows exactly what is going on in our country. If tomorrow they want to be a fight in Nigeria, today America will announce it. Because they have what it takes on ground. So they know the reality. That is why the British, American, and all the rest, they cannot buy into those narrations. So that is it. And again, this guy going to meet Peter Obi is a very strategic move, and I respected him for that. He's not hungry because he lost the election, the candidate election of PDP. He's angry because of how the deputy was chosen, because they always have laws and constitutions. So it's just like violation from beginning to the end. That's why many of them are very fused and they are not happy about the whole system. And I strongly believe God is doing it for the favor of Peter Obi, because they don't even expect him to go to this length. And they are so surprised that people are changing. And for them, it's like they have never tested the weight of this media when it comes to politics. Obaseki have witnessed it seriously. And that is why yesterday I was trying to tell them, look, if we want to do anything, let's put our feet on ground and settle this thing quickly. What you think is nothing is going to be like a storm in the next few months. And I thank God is moving faster. And those who doesn't believe in Peter Obi, it's their choice. I will respect them. In politics, people have different opinions. So, but for me and people that I know I can talk to, I encourage them to change a new direction. None of Atiku or Tinubu, none of these people that is going to help us. Nigeria is already in a collapse state. For Peter Obi, if he win the election, it's not also going to be easy for him. But we have no choice. And again, winning the election is also not going to be easy. If people are telling us we know it's not going to be easy at all. People have been benefiting for these dirty politics for years, and you don't expect them to fold their hands. They are going to fight with all means. So we should understand that, and we should continue to do our best to make sure Nigeria work for every one of us. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Before I hand over to Mr. Evis, I see a question coming from the comment section. Mr. Sivianini, you are asking when we are normally online. We do newspaper review every morning by 9 and 9, between 9 o'clock. Then we come on air by 5 p.m. in the evening. Then Fridays, we have our Friday debates by 6 o'clock UK time. So you can always come and join us. Nigeria time, sorry. Yeah. 6 p.m. Nigeria time. So you can always come around. We are always online to give the latest information. We are always here. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you very much. The Iris Ward, I really appreciate your moderation. Thank you. For always being there for us. I appreciate every one of you today.
Thank you for the opportunity, Mr. Evis. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, everyone, for your wonderful contribution today. This is what we do. We're always here. We're here Monday to Monday, every day. Monday to Monday. So it's a rotational shift. So you can see that Kashi didn't come up today because she needs some time to relax as well. So that's what we're doing. And you're going to be seeing new faces again from next week or so. So we are employing more people that are going to be helping us on this. We are going to continue to do this and follow up till the day of the election until we see the result and see the victory. Because what we want now is Peter Obi. There's no need of standing in the fence anymore. We have to say it how it is. It's obvious that what we want is Peter Obi. And there's no way any reasonable Nigerian shouldn't clamor for someone like Tinubu or APC or clamor for Atiku or PDP. So let's say it how it is. I appreciate every one of you. For those of you that have been here, my panelists, I want to say, because all your names were recorded. Today we managed to give 30 people chance to be on this panel today. So for the first time, that means the new strategy works for us. So where people can leave, other people can come in. So I want to appreciate every one of you, starting from Mr. Loba. Mr. Loba was one of those people, the leader of Take Back Nigeria. Mr. Loba was with us. Mezier, Take Back Nigeria, was also here with us. That's two. Number three, Bobby, Mr. Murray, Engineer Ken, Godson, Mr. Charles, Machiavelli, CM, Ephrata, Queen, Odile, Okoli, Douglas, Mary, H-Ho. We got H-Ho today. Number 15, Edward Aho. Thanks for joining us, all of you right here. And we got Comrade Chidi. We got NGTO92. Thank you very much for your wonderful contribution today, NGTO92. I appreciate that. Number 18, Lucky Ralph. We got Dr. King. We got Alex. Sorry, guys. We got Kayode. We got One Man, Mr. Concept. We got the Iris World, Rev Newman. We got Kalu. We got Tiobala. We got Good Luck. We got in CBD 23. So at least we managed, every names were recorded. 30 people managed to fit into this broadcast today. So this is what we're going to be doing. This is the first time we tried this, because before, some people just stay without not giving any chance for others to come in, So I appreciate every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So we are going to be rounding up right now. I appreciate you. Oh, then Midwest people just join us. Yes, the name was not there. Midwest people join us. And we have Mr. Anthony just join us, and that's 30. Noise on your end, please.
Please, Niger Watch. Please, it's Comrade Chief. So let me understand. Yes. Are you streaming this from Nigeria?
Yes, I'm streaming right now from Lagos. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I was missing up things before. Okay, now it's clear.
That is why sometimes you don't see him. NEPA don't see his light.
I'm even using generator right now. I'm using generator right now. We've been using gen for the past 5 hours.
Which area in Lagos?
In Lekki, sir.
Oh, Lekki, okay.
Yes.
Oh,
so
okay,
that's where we're streaming from right now. Mr. Anthony just joining us right now. Prince Edos, thanks very much for that super chat. God bless you. Mr. Anthony, there's noise on your background. I want to unmute you again to talk to us for just 1 minute. Please talk to us, Mr. Anthony.
Okay.
Where are you joining us from?
From Lagos. Lagos, Atago.
From Lagos. Wonderful. Okay, talk to us 1 minute. We are there's so much noise on your end, sir.
So let me cut and cover.
I think it's generator.
That's all Lagos view.
So much noise. Right. Yes, we're streaming from Lagos right now. And although I live in the United Kingdom, but I spend more time now in Nigeria, and we are going to be here to cover this whole election throughout. On this media, we say it how it is, with the power of every one of you on the panel, our spectators, our commenters, and all that. We all are working together to make sure, yes, we express our concerns, our views on this channel. So we managed to accommodate 31 people today. Mr. Anthony, that could not talk to us, is right there. Everything was jotted down. Midwest people. So this have never happened before. Let's continue to be considerate to each other's. Yeah. Appreciate every one of you. I think it is time now we round up. Thank you very much, my people. In case any questions is right there, let's just round up right now. Please, before you go, help us to share this video. Hit the like button, press the like button. Before you go, at least. If you could not give us a super chat, if you help us to carry the link along with you to go share it in any platform where you belong, that means a lot to us, because it means that our voice are going far. It means that our wonderful panelists that have been talking since for the past 5 hours, you are taking their voice far for others to learn. You pressing the like means that you're also helping us for YouTube to suggest our videos for others. Thank you very much, my people, once again. I appreciate you all. Every one of you, everybody. If I did not mention your name, please understand. Thank you for those of you on the comment section. You can see Marapama, I will right there. My sister, thanks very much. Mirita Adams, big sister, thank you, thank you, thank you. Can see Mommy, the Aspera, mother of all. Can see you all. Thank you very much. I appreciate every one of you right there. I wish I can mention everyone's name. Trust me, today on the comment section, we had 4,800 comments today. 4,800 comments. So there's no way I can mention anybody's names like that because I will sleep here. But meanwhile, I appreciate every one of you. Thank you, my people. I will say have a good night. Please help us
Good
to
night,
share.
everyone.
Thank you. God bless you all.